This is gonna be a good one. This is gonna be a cluster. Oh. Hi everybody. We're back.
Yay.
We've been a little bit busy. There's been a lot of things going on. One is Fowler decided that he was gonna girl boss, and he went to the big boss and was like, I'm important. Pay me more money. And now they keep making him do other stuff. And so we get he doesn't have an admin yet, but he's getting to the point where he's going to have an admin, and I'm going to have to ask to make meetings with him, and I'm going to have to kill him. So
talk to my person, please. I have an AI assistant you can talk
to. So that's been fun. 2 is the Aspire team did what we were calling dry January, which was we weren't going to merge any features. We were just going to do infra stuff. So Fowler took that as nobody's going to pay attention to me as I merge a bunch of features.
I still have to get pull request sign off.
So yeah, so I have been spending the last couple weeks just trying to catch up on Fowler. Alex, you joke. Fowler's number 2 in the company in Microsoft in Copilot usage. I don't know if I'm allowed to share that publicly, but that's okay. I guess I am. It's too late. He's building tools to build tools to use Copilot. It's out of control. I took last Friday off, and I told the boys, I said, if you guys want to stream, I'll set it up for you. You can stream. It's super easy. And they just ignored me. So that wasn't my fault. Whatever.
I blame Damian.
No, you can't blame
I said, do you want to stream? I mean, I didn't say it, but I watched him not respond to you.
Right.
And I was like, I guess we're not doing this.
You both were waiting for the other one to respond. You didn't be the one to sign yourselves up for work. And I knew what was happening. And I accepted it. And I said, less work for me.
Oh, man.
Damian's still, he's not asleep. He's up, but Damian is a slow boy in the morning. Yeah. He takes his time. And so I'm going to monopolize this now by saying, go Pats. We hate the Seahawks.
No, Seahawks.
Fowler, you know nothing about football.
Yeah, that's right.
Fowler occasionally will turn football on, and me and Damian will be texting aggressively about the sport that we both follow. And then Fowler will be like, yeah, goal. And
they scored, right? That's 7 points.
So go Pats. I love Drake May. Drake May lover. Gay for May. All of it. I'm very excited. I'm not excited. I'm really nervous because we were not supposed to make it to the Super Bowl. Now I have to pay attention to it. Yeah. Okay, so we
about Aspire shirts.
I know, I saw that. So good question, AV Tooney. Where can you get the Aspire shirts? They're on Bonfire, and they go to charity. The proceeds. So hold on, I'll send the link. We call them the Aspire Side of the Moon shirts. So here. Go nuts, buy one.
Nice.
This is starting to get a little worn, Fowler.
Yeah, I know.
That's exciting. That's how much you wear it.
Too much. Too often for that. Or it could be the kids that chew it or something. Who knows?
Why?
Maybe
when
just
you're waiting for Copilot to finish, you chew on your Aspire. Oh, God. So sorry we didn't give you any heads up about this episode. We also didn't really have a plan. That's why it's called AI or something. I made a bunch of updates to Bingo, though. Actually, let me show these real quick. So, new button. Big request here. If you join in the middle of the stream, you can now sync up your board to what you've missed during the stream. Good. Yep. So there's the concept of starting and ending a stream. Let me put up the link for Bingo. If this is your first AspiriFridays, welcome. We play Bingo because unfortunately we're caricatures of ourselves. And then I've now added finally an actual database with all of the squares in it and the ability to turn things on and off. So today, hopefully we don't use live share, but if we do, then I'll turn back on the live share square, very exciting. Look at this. So fancy. So when you check it off, I have to approve it. I can see who's connected. Oh yeah. Hello everybody. Good morning. All right. Yeah. And then the cool part about this was I just merged it to live.
So it definitely works.
I mean, it works. I tested it on a couple different things. No, the square in question, Alex, which I will not fall for this and say it. The square in question being shown on the screen does not mean that it has been mentioned. But anyways. Okay, Fowler. What are we gonna do today?
I think you should be the one going through the latest CLI commands and builds.
Okay.
So you update to the latest, and we give people a sneak peek. Hopefully, it works. I mean, to be honest, by January we haven't done any features. Sure.
You're so full of it.
You should show. We should see if it actually works.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
All right.
I think one thing we could do is try out our stuff.
This is supposed to be the commit hash. That's correct. Whatever. All right, VS Code. Close chat. No. They keep moving. Did you notice this? They changed the button.
Are you on Insiders?
Of course I'm on Insiders.
Then you got the whole new thing.
Yeah, it's stressing me out. The behavior has changed.
Let me see. Yeah, make a branch for sure.
In bingo? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Chaos.
Feb stream. Because I have no idea what we're gonna get into. First thing is we have to update. Spire update.
Run update without self.
Without self? Mm-hmm. To the dailies. Look at that cute little CLI. So Mitch did a bunch of work in January to align the emojis, which I think was an underrated. Yeah. Now they always say align. Underrated feature. Perform updates. Yes.
13. So you're on a daily build of 13.2 already. You're on some like
of course I am.
Build.
Oh, an update. What the Dev Kit's driving me bananas. Okay. An update's available for the Aspire CLI. Would you like to update it now? Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. YP. See, look at how aligned those are.
Oh, isn't
that good? Look at all the text starts at the same character.
It's true. That's kind of crazy.
Isn't that nuts? That's like a shockingly difficult thing to make.
That's a lot of work for a human to do.
Yep. Yep. So, okay. For what it's worth, for those of you who are trying to use the CLI to update the CLI, if you're on a version before 13.1, it doesn't have that yet.
Yep.
So you need to update manually by just rerunning the script. But after that, it'll update itself. So it's very exciting.
You can update using CLI and then update again. No, it's fine. Whatever. Yes. No, that makes total sense. Whatever you just said makes total sense. Someone's asking to see the latest level of AI interaction. What level are you on? 1000.
It's too much. It's actually insane. Is there a plan to integrate Hex 1B with Aspire? Oh, that's a Mitch fan right there. Yes. Mitch
is spending too much time making it really good.
Instead of
Mitch has gone beyond what we need for Aspire.
Mitch is Mitching.
Full on TUI with menus. He sent me a video like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
And there were like menus floating around and like multi-window and drag and drop and like Z order. And I was just like, Mitch, we don't need any of this stuff.
Yeah, but he loves it. Yeah, Mitch is on our team, and Mitch over like the holidays just kind of created a terminal.
Show it. Pull up it's a Hex 1. Is it Hex 1 up? It's like hex1b.dev.
Hex1b.dev.
So we were talking about how to do end-to-end testing with the CLI. So right now, like pre 13.2, all of our testing for the CLI is done either by mocking parts of the CLI and mocking things, and that doesn't really give you a feel for like what the outputs will be in the command. So we had like functional testing. But Mitch decided to go home for vacation, and when we were all resting, Mitch was busy writing two things. He wrote a TUI framework in .NET, so you can build your own TUI framework using this thing. It looks like pull the build your first app. It looks a bit like, I want to say React, but
it does a little bit.
So scroll. Yeah, so you create a Hex1B app and you have a callback and you can like write text and there's controls. This is, I don't want to say it's AI generated. It is AI fueled. Mitch did not write any code.
Yeah.
But Mitch designed the entire framework and wrote it with AI.
Yeah. So. This is like the next step of vibe coding.
Yeah, this is vibe engineering.
This is crazy. The in-browser emulator is crazy.
Yeah, it's just, it is crazy. It is crazy, actually. So Mitch did this, but then to test this framework, he built a terminal emulator.
Yes.
Like a Windows terminal, like a full-on terminal emulator, but that runs in memory. So it can be used to like assert the screen and like it's think of it like Playwright. So what he built was like a Playwright for terminal apps. So we are basically using this now as part of our end-to-end testing for everything. So one of the things he did in January was we have this end-to-end test using Mitch's terminal emulator. And what it does is it runs a bunch of commands like in Bash, and then it records the screen. So for every run, we can see like a ASCII cinema recording of all the commands, the outputs, like what it is insane. And then to go even further, Mitch wrote what's called a skill.
Oh.
So you can tell the AI like how to do certain things via a skill. There's a skill in the Aspire repository for making new end-to-end tests. So say you added a new feature to the Aspire like platform or like whatever. You can go into your CLI of choice, which we use Copilot CLI for the most part, and you can say /CLI end-to-end testing, blah, and it will just spit out a test based on the feature you just wrote. So like there's a bunch of tests that no one wrote here by hand. Like we actually made AI spit out the test.
Yep.
Mitch did it in about a week. The website, the framework, I would say maybe a week or 2 weeks of work, but now he's still working on it. It's not like it's done, but we are using this thing like in the actual product to do proper end-to-end testing.
It's so crazy.
Yeah. So every CI run now you'll see CLI end-to-end test, and it will show like all the commands that ran. And then Mitch recently added support for deployment testing. We had big test gaps around deployment to Azure and like deployment to Kubernetes. So over the last week or so, Mitch is using this framework as well to do Aspire deploy testing for like Azure and other things. So even though January was dry, like we did a whole bunch of work to get it like to this point.
Yeah, it took a week, Marshall. It took him a week
to get the first. Yeah. I mean, like Mitch is already a 10x engineer. He knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Mitch is very smart. For the record, like Mitch used to be a CTO, and then now he just like messes around and does stuff with us, and we're kind of like, you kind of forget because you just talk to him and he's like a normal dude, and then you're like, oh wait, he's like really
super smart.
But like he's already a 10x engineer, and then you give him Copilot, and it's like 100x on the 10x.
It's crazy.
So he's become like 1000x engineer, which is terrifying.
So this is kind of, I think I would say, an example of like how AI can be used to kind of amplify.
Good morning, King.
Like we actually had to get the team to lean in heavily this month to like use all the things, right?
Yeah.
Because in January, there were things that weren't even available that became available in January, and then we were trying to use them and get the team to use them and figure out how to use them ourselves. We now do code reviews with AI. We write tests with AI, like end-to-end testing. It's just our workflows are all changing on the fly, and as we learn, we share with like each other to help like figure stuff out.
Maybe we should take a few minutes and show off some of these things because like everyone in the chat is like showed the how, which is a great question. Like, I'm realizing we should probably at some point, like I know Fowler goes around and presents to other teams about our AI stuff, and we change
it's
it
just also
day.
new. It's like,
it's
like why haven't you shown people? Because like even our whole team isn't like at the same level yet, right? Like we're still very much ramping up. But I think you could definitely, there's a few specific things that are pretty impressive, at least we think they are. Like the PR testing I use, it's great. Whenever Fowler pings me on a PR now, says, Damian, can you verify this? I don't do anything. I spend 40 seconds writing a prompt and then I leave it. And then I come back and there's a report and I look at the report and I say, you forgot to do this, do this. And it's like, you're absolutely right. And then it goes off and does that.
So a good example. So this skill is for testing the pull requests.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we did work.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what skills are, by the way, they're markdown files for very specific subsets of agentic like operations. So you describe exactly what the agent should do. And so instead of having one big giant instructions MD file, which is what we were doing for a while, a skill in Claude or in the Copilot CLI, you just do like / whatever. And that's how you tell it to use a specific skill.
You don't even have to do the / So they're effectively the replacement for what Copilot last year called a custom agent. And it was, you had a markdown file and then potentially you had a markdown file plus some other utilities. So tools is like the general term you use, right? When the LLM or the harness for the LLM makes a tool call, that's just a phrase. Don't think that that is something specific. A tool call simply means that a set of interactions happened between the agent and the LLM and the harness that then resulted in something being called locally. That's all a tool call is. And we've been doing that ever since the beginning of building chat assistants like 2 to 3 years ago. And so a skill, as Maddy said, is a markdown file, but so was a custom agent. They're basically the same thing. It's just that now that there's like first class support for these things from a UX point of view. So as Maddy said, you can do like / skill name if you have a skill configured, but the agent can also autonomously decide to use a skill based on effectively, inference and vector matching or just like similarity. Just think of it that way. It's like, you gave it a prompt, it generated some tokens as it was thinking, and part of that was, I have this skill available to me that seems to match what the task I've been given, so I'll use it. So you can use them in both ways.
Famda in the chat, are we outsourcing code thinking?
Code thinking? What is code thinking?
Yeah, it depends on what that term means to you. What does that mean?
Yeah. I'm pulling that up to plug. Fowler, I think I sent this to you. I don't remember if I did. Famda's building this crazy CLI for analyzing media, which is going to do some bananas things with agents.
Nice.
So it literally like I don't know. I just plugged the link. Everyone go look at it if you're interested. But like totally going to want to use it on AspiriFridays.
I think the thing for people to understand, looking at the comments, I don't think anyone in our industry balks at the idea, balked.
Say like Boston. Go Pats.
Balks at the idea of automation, right? Like all engineers, all developers are on board with like, let me automate this thing that is tedious, that I need to do the same thing over and over and over again. And often there's this equation you do in your head of, is it worth the time to do the automation? Because the automation isn't free. It can be brittle depending on what it is you're trying to automate. And so you make this conscious choice as a developer, is it worth my time to do the automation? Hanselman's been using this really good phrase, I think, like this idea of an ambiguity loop. And so I think the thing that where the agents are incredibly capable now is that for things in the past that may have just been too much work to automate, or like even the thought of automating something was like, oh God, how would I even approach automating XYZ? The agents plus tools / skills / MCPs now has made a lot more Lego bricks for like automating stuff that is just generally more ambiguous. Like rather than you writing a bunch of for loops and a bunch of if-then statements and stuff to do a bunch of automation, you just describe what you want to happen and you give it the tools necessary to do so. And generally, it does a really good job of figuring out what it needs to do to get it done. Like
Yeah.
Agents are like the Terminator, right? They don't stop. It's like if you craft your prompt correctly, it doesn't stop when it can't do something the first time. We've all kind of witnessed really not shocking, but like kind of like, oh wow, like it did that to try and figure out what's going on right now, or to work past the first approach it had. And then the great thing about a skill is that you can refine it. And so you can even just tell the agent at the end of the session, update the skill you used in such a way that would have helped you achieve this task more quickly, or more efficiently. And it will do that for you and write it. And you can review the changes to the markdown or the scripts or whatever and go, yeah, that looks good, and check it in. So they do get better over time, but it requires you as kind of the orchestrator, the controller, to do that part. That's your job now, is to kind of like tell it to update the skill, to author the skill in the first place, to use the skill, to look at how effective the skill was, and refine it as you go.
Yeah. And I mean, to prove to you all that dry January was actually useful. Almost 300 pull requests merged in last month. I mean, we still have friggin' 1.5 thousand issues. I mean, yeah, that's what I meant to say.
That's a blessing.
So we're not doing the right stuff, but we're doing something.
Yeah. Like we had 170 pull requests in January open. And one of the things that we were trying to figure out was, how do you tell developers to go merge pull requests, just go close them, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of daunting to have to look at 170 pull requests one at a time and go through each one. I will share this to Maddy. So I did some experiments.
This is also good too, because a lot of people have been like, oh, well, quality is going to go down. No, we're still closing more issues than are being opened, which, like, I think there's definitely been a learning curve. I think some things we've been stupid about. If you ride the nightlies, you're like a little more dangerous, but I haven't had anything like significantly breaking happen this whole month.
What I've been telling people on this in the company is you have to learn these tools. So like I told someone, if I'm a DE coding by hand, maybe a senior SDE coding with like an AI. Yeah. So you're trying to learn how to use these things and be effective. So the only way to learn it is to, like, in my opinion, is to keep using it and to learn where you or it makes mistakes, and then you keep going at it over and over, right? And it's a choice. Like if you don't want to do it, that's one thing. I am choosing to learn it. I'm choosing to get better at it, and it is a skill. It is not just like slap the keyboard and be done. Yeah. But you're applying a ton of your domain expertise to like even understand what to ask, right? Knowing what to ask is hard.
And it's fun.
It is fun. I think there's definitely more and more stories, especially in the last 4 to 6 weeks, of people who aren't engineers, aren't coders, able to sit down with the coding agent and describe what they want for something like a web app. While there's like the models have incredible amount of data available to them that they were trained on to build those, and get functioning web apps, including like asking, great, like where do I run this? Like, where do I deploy it? And the model says, right, yeah, you're going to do this, go to this website and click this and do that. And I've listened to a bunch of podcasts and read stuff where people are building sites, like bespoke things for them that no one would ever build for them, that they would never pay to get built. And they're able to do that now and run it. Because of the coding agent. And absolutely, I'm sure if you looked at it, you could pick 1,000 holes as a seasoned engineer as to why there are lots of problems with it. But it solved a thing for them. The point is, these things are capable of doing those stuff, even in the hands of complete novices. Yeah. And it's kind of similar in the way to how children often are more capable with technology because they're just not afraid, and they'll just push all the buttons and they'll do all the things. And as a parent, I certainly saw that as my kids were growing up. And it's harder for more experienced people sometimes to get the same results because they're too cautious. Yeah. Or they think overthink challenge. Right, exactly. Yep. And so, but to Fowler's point, you don't get great results from these things right now unless you know to point it in the right direction. Like if you think back, again, Hanselman talks about this a lot in his stuff, and if you haven't been watching it, you really should, about fundamentally how these things work. Is there a neural network with the size, but the size of them is so unfathomably large that even calling them it's a neural network, like that probably lights up something, a thought in your mind, like a mental model that really doesn't capture how big these things are. Yeah. But it all comes down to, if you don't give it specific, like what did someone say this morning I watched? It was like, it's not about being concise. It's about being specific. So you're going to get much better results by being specific about the areas or the types of things you want the agent to focus on, because that's what will light up associated knowledge effectively in the model in order for it to be able to understand that it needs to think about those things. If you just say, like, build me a thing that does X, it's not going to think about reliability or quality or security or like, it's just those things will all get the mean, right? They will all get the average based on all of the pre-training, based on all of the post-training. That's what you'll get. It's important for you in the context to put those keywords in, to have it as part of your planning exercise generally, so that it understands it needs to do all those things. I know Fowler's been working on a fairly complicated, distributed thing. And he said to me a few times, you know what, distributed computing is still really hard. Like, I still have to solve and think about all the distributed computing problems. It doesn't one-shot that stuff.
No.
It builds very capable things in terms of, like, I asked it to do a thing and then I can click around, it's working. And then I get all the same bugs I got 10 years ago or 15 years ago when we built Signaler. Oh, yeah, you still have to worry about that stuff. Then I have to go into a specific planning session where I talk about cap theorem and what happens with a net split and how do I make sure if I've got competing things that I do resolution and then all that knowledge embedded in the models comes to the fore and now can be used for it to address those stuff. So you still need that knowledge. If you don't ask those questions, it's not going to just go and build that stuff for you.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. I mean, I like it's not going to be like, back to the thing about, like, people building these, like, niche websites. It's not going to build enterprise software. It's not going to one-shot enterprise software, but it's going to commoditize a lot of things, which I think is good. Like, I think it frees us up to do the harder stuff.
Yes. Like,
I'm excited about it.
That doesn't come without challenges. Like,
right. And you still have to design the experience, right? Like,
right.
Copilot can do a good job. Like, I was working on updating the website, the aspire.dev site last night. And because we want to add something about how Aspire, and we'll show, what we'll show today is some of the, like, things we're building into the Aspire CLI to make it more agent friendly. But we've been talking about Aspire as basically like the control plane for agents, right? Like a way to supercharge agents to not break everything and, have to spin up all these individual processes and get lost in their own bash command hell. Like, how we can make Aspire be that thing, right? And so I was trying to build out, like, a swim lane on the website that just said, Aspire is the control plane for agents, et cetera, et cetera. And I was letting it cook. And, like, I still need to design the experience. Like, I can tell it what I want and then look at it and then have it look at it and provide feedback on itself and whatever. But then I'm like, this still doesn't make sense. Like,
yeah. And if you don't, it'll just give you the average.
Yes.
Of what all of its training told it to do.
Yes.
Yep.
And that's why, I mean, I'm nowhere near the level of complexity now where people are using, like, multiple agents as part of a single effort in order to do what you just said, which is, okay, one is like building the thing and another one is looking at that.
Yeah.
Because it has a different context. It has a different set of instructions and a different thing. And then it's providing feedback into a common shared state that another one can then do to apply refinements to the work that the first one was doing, like all that type of thing. And if you think, like, as a developer, what are we talking about? It's just iteration. Like, all you're talking about is you do a thing, you get feedback either from yourself using it or from someone else, and then you iterate.
Yeah.
And the most advanced folks now are at the bleeding edge are doing that, but automating it. Again, back to that automation word by using agents to do it. Like, we should let Fowler talk about what he's got on the screen, because he's done some super interesting experiments as part of his exploration since, like, Christmas, basically.
My one sidebar on that is my getaway of doing it is I take a screenshot and I paste it in ChatGPT, and then I take ChatGPT's feedback and I paste it back in a Claude. So
this stuff is absolutely just like.
Anywho, Fowler, what are we looking at here?
So
the Ralph loop. Who's Ralph?
Ralph, yeah. There's this thing. There was a thing over the brick, and
it was last July originally, right?
When it first started, but then now it's like, it's a meme, right? Ralph Wiggum from The Simpsons.
This is Damian anytime he joins a meeting with me and Fowler. We're already angry.
One of the, I think, acknowledgements, and this stuff is changing so fast. A lot of the things that I might say, like, will be built into agents, I bet in, like, I don't know, in a month or so, right? One of the things about these agents is that they have a context issue, right? there's a maximum size of things that they can have in its context window. Things it can directly see without having to look up stuff. And the Ralph Wiggum idea is you externalize all the context, because these things are stateless. They're essentially stateless, and you run the agent with a prompt for some time frame, and whenever it stops, you have a way of checking to see if the task is complete. So let's say you have a task list of 5 things to do, right? And they're long running. So maybe you're doing an entire feature, right? That may take days, or like who knows how long it takes, right? The Ralph Wiggum idea is that you have an outer loop that is forcing the agent to complete a goal, right? If you've ever run these things, they're kind of lazy. They'll stop. They may like think they're done. They may, they may not have tested the entire end to end. So Ralph Wiggum is trying to put the agent in a situation where it is forced to complete an end-to-end job, right? So you may have a to-do list in Markdown that is like step 1, build feature, step 2, test feature, step 3, like verify the feature. And maybe it gets through half of step 1 and it quits, and it will be like, I did it, it should work, test it. Like often you'll see it say something like, I think I've done the job,
right.
It should be good now. Ralph just says, for this task to be complete, you need to have done these 20 things. So when the agent quits, the Ralph loop or the controller checks to see if you've reached a goal. And if you haven't, you run the agent again with access to the current state, to the current context, plus you keep saying go again, right?
It's a mitigation for the ambiguity that can sometimes lead to early exit. Right?
So it is essentially a goal-oriented system where the goal may be something kind of fuzzy, but you're trying to encapsulate, has the agent reached the goal in a technique? So the outer loop is just saying, has the agent done its job? It says it did, but did it do it for real? If it didn't,
can you talk more about the actual, because like those words are doing so much lifting, I think, like, and the part of, I have not run a Ralph loop at all myself. I've just done it vicariously through you, right? So I'm the kind of person who reads a bunch and watches the stuff, and then I often don't do the thing, but I'll absorb, how it works, so I can explain it, but I haven't had to live the experience yet. So the thing that I think that I often, my mental model of this that I bump on is the goal part. Like, okay, how do you define the goal, and what's making the decision about whether the goal is complete or not? Because if you're doing something that's deterministic as a unit test, we all know you have an assertion, and it's like very, very binary. It's like it either passed or it didn't, right? There's no like, oh, maybe it did. And so when you see the simplest form of a Ralph loop, where it's literally a bash script that's 3 lines, it's a for loop with a thing, and then it's like, okay, well, what is this check thing doing? Like, what are you even doing to verify whether the goal is complete? Can you talk a bit about that?
Yeah, so the Ralph loop doesn't exactly describe how the checking has to work. The original, like, I guess, hypothesis was you just need this outer loop to force the inner loop to keep going. But how that script got created is like up to the actual task. So you're seeing different people decide how to encapsulate the to-do list itself. So could be Markdown files, could be a results file, could be whatever it is.
And that's input. And there's, so like, to make it clear, like lines and boxes, the task to do is input to the loop itself. It's not something that gets created by the loop or is pre-existing or magically appears. It's like you had to do work somehow to create a task, a list of things for the thing to do. Okay.
So you'll see examples of YouTubers talking about they have a Markdown file or files in a folder. That's their structure. And then the prompt tells the agent, here's your to-do list in these files. Make sure, after each file is done, mark off the to-do list to say, I've done this part. The tricky part is the condition to know when you're done with the task.
Yeah, exactly.
Is task specific.
Okay.
So my interpretation of this for what I did for these things, for example, was when you're generating the stop check or the stop task, what I did was I told the agent to write a results file that says what it did.
And you constrained it to a format of some sort, so it's a little bit more. Okay.
So I said, like, here's your schema for how to determine if you've done the right job, right? So as you're working, fill out this form. Yeah, click on bugs, Jason, because it shows like the format. This was an experiment around, can you reproduce like 200 bugs?
Yeah.
So it has this target count. It has this other count. It has a schema for how to write down what it was trying to do to reproduce bugs. So given the bug, description, information, and source code, do these steps. Make sure you capture the steps you ran and the output of each step. Make sure you do all these things.
Did you have to, did you just use the raw bug description that the person who logged the issue did, or did you go through a process of, with an agent, of like adding more metadata and more stuff when it was ambiguous? Like, how did you get to a good set of, it's like, if you got bad inputs, you'll get bad results. It's classic kind of stuff, right? So
So what I did was, the thing that made this better for me was my Ralph loop creation had 2 phases. A plan phase where you start off just with a interactive prompt to figure out, and the prompt tells the system what the end task is. The task of the first level, of the first phase, is to produce a stop hook, which is like whenever the agent stops, then that code runs and it checks to see if the agent is done.
I see.
So as part of planning, it is writing a bash script to create the conditions to actually.
This is the planning for the eventual loop.
Planning for the eventual loop.
Not the loop itself. This is like you're doing work as a human at the keyboard with an agent, building up this harness, effectively a bespoke harness for the set of tasks that you're going to achieve.
And the harness is specific to the task, because the condition itself
is specific
based on the So one thing I did for bug repros was like, okay, it's going to end up with bugs it can't reproduce.
Yep.
Because it's not on Windows, there's no Azure subscription, all this stuff. So this is like the 5th try. The first one, I said no, reproduce 10 bugs, and it would try 10, and it would quit, and it may never have reproduced any of them, because maybe it pulled 10 random bugs that were like all Windows,
non-reproducible, effectively.
So I had to tweak. I had to keep tweaking the prompt to get to a place where your job is to reproduce 200 bugs. If you can't reproduce a bug, tell me why.
Yeah.
Mark it down in the list of things, and then keep going. Right, but your minimum goal is 200. But I started off with like 10. So the goal was like get 10, and it will look at more than 10 bugs. But your goal is to reproduce 10, and reproduce means this. And if you can't, and then there was a pass where it would lie, and it would just look at source and make up reproductions. So I had to make it.
It would try to infer the behavior by just reading the source. Yeah.
So I had to make it do things like run this MCP. I had to get more specific. Like run this command, create a project, run this command, verify the output of
you're not doing that per bug. You're just saying that as part of the generic harness. These are the type of things you should expect that you may have to do to reproduce an issue for Aspire. Like the specificity, the problem domain here is Aspire. People are logging issues, and so then you went through a process of like, well, what does the model need to think, or the agent, I should say, that it might need to do? And this comes up back to that keyword agency, and I think you've been calling it like closing the inner loop for the agent. Like you need to give it the capabilities that if you were to ask a human tester, like 10 years ago when we had testers, can you go and reproduce 200 bugs? Like there is so much like behind that statement that you're just assuming that a human tester will try, that you need to reproduce, you need to give all that context, you need to give all that information to the agent for it to be able to do it, and you need to give it a set of capabilities, right? Yeah, capability.
So it had the playwright test, the playwright MCP, it had the Aspire MCP, and I told it to create test projects for each scenario. So the VM I ran it on, it had like a 200 test projects that it spit out. So it helped me be able to verify what it was doing, because it was hard at first to even know if it did the right thing. But then I had to go through and check a ton of bugs to make sure, like, okay, that one seemed to work. This prompt seems to have worked. Like, okay, that's pretty good. I do have unlimited. And then the other dashboard, if you go back, Maddy, and you pull up the code review one, I asked the team what would it take for us to auto merge Copilot PRs. As just a way to kind of make people think about
as a North Star goal, right? It's like it gets your brain into a mode of thinking.
When you look at PRs or when you do code reviews, the focus ends up being the code first.
Yeah.
And we had 170 PRs, right? It's really hard to like go through the code for 170 pull requests. Our team is small. So like the goal was to surface obvious things to look at first. So like prepare to merge, blocked for some reasons, needs changes. The prompt for this was like, as an example of how we think about things as humans, but we don't write them because there's no way to articulate the stuff.
Yep.
I asked the thing to look for, breaking changes, new APIs, sentiment of comments. So normally you will get a PR and maybe it's fine, maybe it's not a big deal, maybe someone asks a question that's kind of like prompting, do we even need this? So the goal was like, if you were gonna look at a pull request and you wanted to know if it was ready, all those signals are things that we typically look at ourselves by like gleaning all the things through code. Could it just summarize for you all these things? So you knew ahead of time, that this PR was gonna be like, I won't waste my time looking at PRs that are blocked or ones that are like not ready. You could even imagine having a button saying like reply with like a default reply when the bug is not, when a PR is not in the right state, right? This should be a draft, for example.
Yep.
So yeah, these were just experiments to kind of, and the route isn't super important. It was more do a thing in mass on a set of data that we would do by hand as a team in meetings. Like we spend so much time in meetings, like just talking about which issues to go solve. And if you can help humans prune by like looking through things or giving them more insights about issues or PRs or name your thing, you can cut their time down by like significantly, right? So this isn't taking the human out of the loop. It's like it's surfacing more useful information.
It's automating more. It really is just more automation, but the tools we have available to perform that automation are of a different kind now. Yep. It's basically, we've always had deterministic tools and code you would write. Now we have this incredible entity that will, as long as you give it context and you give it the tools to do exploration and to have effect on its world, it will try stuff. Like it will just figure it, and it literally has the weight of the entire, all of its training, which is literally, basically all software that's ever been written that it had access to, right? Plus all the post-training stuff. So it's really hard to convey how powerful these things can be when you use them in this way. And I want people to understand as well, this wasn't easy. This wasn't like, oh, we had to do so little work to get to the point where there's like Fowler worked his ass off and spent hours and hours and hours and hours of time trying these things in order to get to the point where this bespoke dashboard that you're looking at right now, which it was produced by his work in a repeatable way so that he could do it again and he could do it again and he could do it again, right?
Just being able to conceptualize it alone.
Right. Which he used the model to help him, the agent to help him even in that process, right? And so it really is about, I mean, you hear this all over. Like the reason it's hard, partially, I think, is because obviously a lot of what we're fed by the hype is like one-shot demonstrations and look how powerful this thing is. I do one sentence and like this came out, and that's just not how you be effective with these tools in day-to-day. It'd be like, I mean, I'm going to struggle to find an analogy off the top of my head, but imagine any other new tool showing up in your toolbox and someone saying, oh, with this new tool, or they only showed you like one very ridiculous way to use it, which demoed well, but is not at all how you can be super effective with it. It really is like that. You need to understand.
Any drag and drop visual designer demo ever.
Yeah. Even debugging demos. Like I remember, like we used to talk about this with debugging like 10 years ago. Fowler would say, like the number of people who are still doing 101 level debugging when they're doing interactive debugging versus really understanding the power of the debugger in their hands and what that lets them do is, and I mean, my moment for that, like just as an anecdote, when I joined Microsoft 16 years ago, and I saw the engineers at Microsoft using like the debugger that they built versus how I was using the debugger as a .NET dev in the outside. There were just features I'd never seen before because I just no one had ever showed that stuff to me, and I never understood. So I would just do stuff the hard way. And they were like, I just use this feature of the debugger to do that for me. This feels very similar. It's
so
like
Fowler, this isn't open source yet, right? The like logic behind this job.
I can share my original route flip. I have a more advanced one though, but I can share the
Marshall's asking
the dank version.
When is the last time you ran this? Because this says 1 day ago.
This is super old.
Okay. Yeah, run a new one because I need to go through and close some issues, bro.
So
I'm Ralphing you.
That really sounds bad, Maddy.
The thing that I spent a lot of time on, the what's new for Aspire.
Yes,
is like my.
This is my favorite one.
The thing that takes a lot of time. So since AI came out, since the first model,
you've been working on that for like 2 years. Like this is what's new process. Yeah,
maybe even longer. Maybe from Sigma, from back in the old days, right?
I mean, that's true. Yeah.
And the goal is simple. The goal is to look through all of the closed issues, all of the PRs in a milestone, and write some English to tell people what we did.
Like meaningful, like stuff that's actually
meaningful thing. With code samples, with screenshots, with highlights, with groupings. So now with this, the advances in the models, like I have a process. Like I have a prompt and a plan and a runner that can like run and spit out what we can do to review further and then like change. But it's gotten so good. Now I think we'll be able to automate like the release notes creation, and we can even change the plan when it comes out to like tweak it further. So let's say we want to change the style of writing. Like before, I remember I asked, I think ChatGPT to look at our blog posts and say like what is good and what's bad about it. So let's say we want to change the style. I could take the output of that and put it into the plan and say, make it sound more like this for the future like iterations, right? So this, I think we're gonna just see way more automation of ambiguous jobs like that.
This is why you have to automate release notes so that this doesn't happen again.
I even got to took screenshots. So it ran the new build and it used the Playwright MCP or the Playwright CLI actually, and it opened the dashboard and it navigated the new screen and it took a screenshot. And I didn't. It's so funny. I didn't even tell it where the thing was because I wanted to see how if it could figure out from the pull request and from what I asked it to do. And it got like 3 of them right. The rest are all wrong. But it found the UI and I was like, holy crap, like it found the thing and it took a screenshot. Oh man. That stuff is time consuming.
Yeah. And and that's very similar to the whole PR validation thing where I think the last one you asked me to review was
David.
If you're in a situation where you run Aspire Run, the dashboard comes up and the dev cert is untrusted. Which is harder to do now because we actually like try to trust it during Aspire Run, but like we're trying to like just make that thing bulletproof. And so there was a PR to add an alert to the dashboard so that if the dashboard starts and things are untrusted, it shows you, says, hey, it's untrusted. Now you have to like click through the browser to even see that, but whatever, right? So Fowler was like, can you verify this change? And if you think about what you'd have to do manually to do that, like I already have the cert trusted on my machine, and it means I would have to like craft specific scenarios and then go through and like purposely delete the cert on my machine because it's a global thing. I can't do it in the context of a directory or something. Yeah. Run through the scenario, verify it behaves the way I expect, then go back and retrust or recreate and trust or create and not trust. You know, there's all these different permutations and do it each time and verify. And it literally did all of that for me. Like it was a 1-sentence description of what I asked, what I wanted it to do. It was pointing it at the PR verification skill. So it understood what it meant to even verify a PR on the Aspire repo, which includes like downloading the build that the PR produced and all that type of stuff. And then as Fowler said, it literally, it would use things like Playwright and CLIs that are available to it and whatnot to do that, take a screenshot, and it would build a report. And then I literally said, and then the other thing is because you have the GitHub CLI, I said, that was great. Add a comment to the PR with a review of everything you found. And then it did it. It just creates the review and it pushes it up to the PR and you get this detailed summary of what it did. So I was not the opener. It was David Negstad who was the opener of the PR.
Is it still open?
Oh, no, have a look. Probably is actually. Kudos on remembering people's GitHub handles first time, Maddy. I am not good at that. Yep, that one.
I don't know. I know people by their handles, like almost I know their names sometimes. It's actually crazy.
I have to stop and go, oh, what is Ankit's handle again? What is Pine's handle again? Chet's another one. Oh, so yeah, you keep scrolling down there should be a point where Fowler pings me and says, Damian, can you look at this? There you go. Above that. Can you try this out? And everything you're seeing there was all done by the agent.
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
So the only thing it was not able to complete it's by itself is putting those images in that comment, because the GitHub API for having images as part of a comment, like when you just like paste an image into the text box and it automatically does all this stuff, that's not a public API, and it's actually really hard to like automate. So I was tenacious. I was like, no, use the Playwright, like open the browser, do it as me so that you're logged in, and then like go in and like paste the image in. And it tried, like it really, really tried, and it just couldn't get the GitHub thing that I just did. I said, okay, just save the files and I'll just drag them in. That's fine. So it left placeholders in the comments. And this is where screenshot 1 goes. This is where screenshot 2 goes. And I had to do that last part.
This is a cool new feature that came out with in the Copilot CLI.
Oh yeah. And then I shared the full session.
You can now share the entire session as a gist or as a markdown file.
Oh, where is it? That's
I don't know. This is not what I wanted.
That's meant to be the whole session. That's odd.
No Copilot instructions.
Oh,
okay, well, I thought that was going to be.
It gave me the wrong one. It looks like. That's funny. Let me go look at my gists.
But it is a new feature. That's.
Yeah, it's seriously cool for sharing.
Anyways, we're like actually sucking right now because I literally have 1 square in bingo. So we need to. Let's show some of the Aspire CLI stuff to make this stuff work better. Fowler
that's coming. Yeah.
BRBing. So whatever. Hopefully he's going to the bathroom and then I'll get that square. But maybe he's like talking to someone on a call or something because he's so important. Oh my God. So we have too many CLI commands. Oh my gosh. Let me pull this other thing up while I'm here. Fowler in a Ralph loop. And an autonomous Ralph loop had it go through and analyze the entire CLI because we're like, we have too many commands. So I color coded it last night. This was part of this is what PMs do. Okay. I have a computer engineering degree to drag boxes in PowerPoint over it.
Didn't the agent even create this PowerPoint?
Yes. This page was me duplicating it. And then these two, I started to go break out because I was looking at the grammar of it. But everything else here, the agent created, and it's actually pretty accurate. It's not perfect. Some of the output is a little bit different, but it literally went through and said, like, these are all the commands available, and this is what the options are, the args. Thank you, Alex. And like, whatever. So anyways, one of the things that we talked about early in January was long-running CLI commands suck in an agent. It has a very hard time like firing off a bash command that just runs infinitely. And so Aspire run obviously is one of those things. So one of the first things Fowler built was Aspire PS. And so you can now run detached. So this is all going to come in 13.2.
Yeah.
Preface this. I'm on the daily. We don't know when we're going to ship 13.2. It'll happen. We want to write more docs. We need more docs.
In weeks,
Yeah.
We've committed ourselves to making sure that we have no doc debt. So that when we ship 13.2, everything is documented. So
yeah. So now you can do Aspire run. I think it's detach.
Yep. Just like Docker.
Yep. Just like Docker. And it's going to start it in the background, which means I can now have multiple app hosts going at once in the same terminal session, basically. For Copilot's sake, or Claude or whatever. We all use Copilot colloquially as coding agent, but like whatever. This works with everything, obviously. I'll say that a couple times. And now it just runs in the background. See, and it actually gives me the thread ID, which is actually pretty sick. But then there's this new Aspire PS, which, similar to Docker, lists all of the processes running in the background. This is interesting to me that this is different than this. But it's because the CLI opens a back channel that like lives somewhere, right? Not beating the Docker Compose allegations.
Yeah, I know.
Rip.
You know, it's funny. While I was adding these commands, I thought to myself,
"That's pretty funny."
Yeah. Oops.
I didn't like it that you called it PS for the record. But whatever.
We can change it.
Yeah, it's in preview.
It could be app host list if we wanted to, or
yeah. What does start do, Fowler? Is that run?
It's a shortcut
for
of
detach.
run
Okay.
detach.
Not
It's
anymore.
not.
Mm-mm.
Why? What does it do?
Get rid
then?
of it because it's stupid.
What?
What does it do?
I literally show you all these commands. This is okay. Just let me shame y'all. Let me shame them. So my two wonderful PMs in this chat, PM and PM architect.
Damian's an architect. Don't call
PM and PM architect. I show them what I'm gonna do before I do it. Like I plan with them. They're part of my planning session, right? I'm in Copilot on my Mac, and I'm like, I'm gonna add these commands, and then I look for a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Pretty sure I gave you one.
You did. It was thumbs up.
I've given you a lot of thumbs down, and then you say, "No, Maddy, shut up. You don't get it."
In less words.
Unless you say no.
I said okay.
Or no. My favorite is you say, "You'll see."
You'll see. You'll see.
You'll see.
Stop and it's weird though. I think start should be detached, to be honest. But
yeah,
someone told me I shouldn't do it. Anyway, starts a resource. Stops a resource. Or
those are resource things.
And restart.
I really think there should be a resource subcommand. It should be aspire resource start and aspire. That's my natural inclination anyway.
Yes,
you can change it.
We have aspire resource is plural, which is ridiculous, by the way, Fowler.
Why?
You didn't join the meeting last night where I wanted to roast you about this publicly.
Just fix it.
I'm gonna. Don't worry, I will.
Start, restart, and stop. Yeah, it's also inconsistent because like stops the entire app host.
Right.
Or resource.
Right.
Yeah,
command runs commands.
We need to decide if we're going to do noun verb or verb noun, like, and then try and be consistent. A lot of other CLIs aren't because they either grow out of it or they have a long history. Like .NET CLI is a classic example of this. But we don't have that problem. Like our CLI is shining brand new. It's only been out like 2.5 months. So like, we should decide and then commit.
My opinion is that if there's a required subcommand to do anything useful, it can be noun verb, but otherwise it should just be verb. But this is an offline.
Yeah,
we have to leave. I think leaving space. So two things that I care about the most, like no namespace are command conflicts. So we shouldn't do like.
Make sure there's 2 letters that got nothing to do. Aspire, please.
So like, we cannot overlap the namespace with respect to like what you can't have subcommands that can be data. So for example, aspire command,
because it's a parse tree, right? The whole thing is like a command tree. Otherwise, you have to put in separator args and all, So this is UX design, right? Like it's a very specific type of UX design.
Yeah. Options and args are different. So options means that you don't pass the flag before. And options are not necessarily required, but they're often useful, but they're different than subcommands, which can feel like options. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Anyways, thank you for clearing that up.
But we have all the features in, so now we can just like, changing is fine.
I think we just need to move it around.
Right.
Someone asked
reorganization.
Someone asked about getting getting shell completions, which we should definitely do because it's free. System command line, it does it for you. So we just need to add the top level hook.
Yeah,
so
we'll do that.
We should do that as part of 13.2 as well.
But the cool thing that we've been cooking on for agentic dev in particular, besides run detach and run isolated, which means that it's going to run a different instance of the app host, of the same app host, so you can run the same project multiple times on different ports, is the yellow stuff, or if you're colorblind, this one and these ones. So logs is just a way to interact with logs. I don't know what the difference between logs and telemetry logs is. Aspire telemetry logs.
Yes, logs is console logs, just like the dashboard, right? So console logs are logs. Telemetry has structured logs, but they're both logs. So we have to telemetry is being used to represent OTel here, right?
OTel.
So we could have Aspire OTel if we just wanted to lean into it. Maybe it's an alias, right? That might be a nice thing to do. So we have our cake and eat it too. And it's nice. It's a little more compact. But
these are commands that the agent can use that are kind of a shortcut to do things without having to spend the context on it, right?
What we did was we took all of the tools in the MCP server and we made them CLI commands.
Yep.
and so now you can equally use MCP or you can use the CLI directly. The nice thing about having in the CLI is you don't need to configure the MCP anymore. Like,
right.
It can just run the command line. I think one thing that people figured out over the last, I don't know, month or so,
couple of months,
is that for local, agents love to use CLIs.
CLIs are just easier.
Like it's easier.
MCP still have a setup burden, like a discovery and setup burden.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you're in an IDE and you're in one of these IDEs that has agentic features and it has like an MCP gallery and your thing is like happens to be there, then they can obviously make that a little easier for you. But I've certainly found that the CLI stuff is just so much easier. If you've got the CLI, you install it and then it's available. Like it's just that straightforward. And then the other thing you're alluding to is there's been a bunch of research showing that CLIs are just more context efficient. You don't. One of the things, the way MCPs work is you get this whole preamble that's dumped into the session window to help the model see that, oh, all these tools are available to you. And if you just add a bunch of MCP servers and you're not thinking about what do I actually want in this current session, then that just ends up being there on every single round trip. And so the CLI can be more efficient.
Yeah.
Plus, CLIs can be used by humans and traditional automation. So, right, you get all these different benefits.
Yes. And so we changed the Aspire MCP init command to Aspire agent init.
Yeah.
And it will go and update your configs for you now. We were telling originally things to do Aspire MCP start. Now it's Aspire agent MCP. And then there's pre-canned skill files we're giving you now, which I think are based off the ones that Mitch wrote for Hex 1B, right? Like that was the first pass of the Aspire skill file was one Mitch wrote.
There's a big update last night.
I know. Shane went and did a ton of stuff to it because he got mad at how we did it.
It's good. I mean,
it's really good. So now we give you a skill file, an Aspire skill file. So this exists now, which is great.
It still mentions the MCP.
What?
We didn't remove the MCP from the skill file. The skill file mentions the MCP tools to use.
Yes.
We still have to update that to use the CLI.
Yeah.
But the idea is that we're going to make it more context and token efficient, right? So that, you guys don't blow through everything because not everyone gets unlimited tokens like Fowler.
And the other thing to bear in mind is this is obviously a fairly generic skill. This is just like Aspire. Like this is really just the bare minimum to get we had previously had this in the agents MD file. And now it's like, well, skills is kind of a newer thing that allows you to have N of these things. So we might start with a single Aspire skill, but then we're already talking about how do we bring in more specific, narrow focus skills that are still part of like working in Aspire, but give more detail to doing a specific thing, whether it's something as easy as the stuff you might do as part of bootstrapping, like, oh, I want to add this type of integration and it has all the details available in the skill. Or it's like a debugging thing, or it's like a deployment thing, like et cetera, et cetera. So like one of the projects I'm working on internally, we have an Aspire for first party effort where we kind of have a layer of additional Microsoft internal specific functionality that is built on top of Aspire. So like we have internal systems that to do deployments and stuff that only exist internally. And so we have this effort, and I'm working on an app that uses this, and I wrote a skill that does dev deployments. And so when I'm in a session, I've done a bunch of work and I want to make a deployment of where I currently am in my local state, even if I haven't committed anything, I can literally just say, do a dev deployment in English in the prompt, or I can do / like Maddy said before, and I can say, hey, / dev deployment, that's the name of the skill. And then the agent does all the work to do the dev deployment. I don't have to remember the CLI name. I don't even have to check if the CLI is installed. Like as part of the skill, it has prereqs. And it says you need to have all these things available in the path in order to perform a dev deployment. So every time I do that, it does a quick check. And if anything's missing, it stops and says, hey, this thing's not going to work. You need to do X, Y, Z. But the dev deployment end to end takes between about 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah. And I just ask it to do it, and it does it. It monitors it, and then it finally tells me, hey, it's complete. Here's the URL. And then I can just click on it and go to it. And in the past, if I did that manually, like the actual command to kick it off might be one, but then that would be a modal command inside one of my terminal windows, whereas with a skill, it kind of just pushes all that into the background and then monitors it. And it gives me a little update saying, hey, it's at this stage of the deployment. I'll keep you up to date and stuff like that. It's super nice.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Oh, interesting, Marshall. Currently, when I run Aspire MCP init, it prompts for playwright, but I can't skip it. I think we fixed that in agent init.
That was a thing that we did when we, like the first round of this stuff we did in very early December before Fowler and I did that talk. We just kind of made a bunch of rash decisions about how the first iteration of this would work.
Pause. When will Maddy learn Vim live on stream? I know Vim. Fowler would die if he had to use Vim. I know the shortcuts.
I can use Vim.
No, you can't.
Just to quit.
I know. I got QQ. I got all the recordings.
WQ. Boom.
I got it all. I'm a Vim queen. I used to be a real terminal person.
So, do you want to show like the new stuff separately, or do you want to show it on Bingo?
I'm kind of going through the CLI stuff a little bit right now. The only other thing I wanted to think about is MCP Gateway in main yet?
Yes. Do you have Postgres? That's the only thing that we have it on today.
That's the only one.
Yeah.
No, I only have Azure.
I mean, you could go
just add it to demonstrate it, I guess.
To go rogue and like find the AspiriFridays and add it there as well.
Oh, wait, why am I doing this like this?
No, hold on. Open up Copilot in or the agent and see if you can make it all work properly. And then
let me open it in here.
Try VS Code too. Either one should work.
No, I prefer the CLI one. I know that's like a kind of a weird take, but
what about your audience, Maddy?
I don't. You people want to see how I use AI? That's how. This is how.
Yeah. I admit I'm not particularly cautious.
It's funny because you were really cautious for a bit. Like you and I both, more than Fowler, Damian, but you in particular.
I haven't had any bad experiences yet. Like it's just like I typically like.
I went to bed last night, leaving it running. Hold on.
I've done that.
Maddy.
Plan.
Pause. Show the Aspire skill. Do /skills.
Do I have it? Do I have Fowler saying pause?
Yes!
Oh, all right, great.
Do /skills and show that when you have an app within the Aspire agent stuff.
You should be able to do /aspire.
It should show up.
Yeah. Look at that.
So do /skills too, just to show that.
Skills list or skills.
Yeah. Enter. So we put a skill in the right place to make sure it shows up in here. These get hoisted to /commands in both Cloud Code and Copilot. So if you do /aspire, it'll just show up there, and you can give it a prompt too. But
yeah, I just kind of want invoking Aspire.
When you see skill there, that's when it's going to actually invoke the skill and do something useful. The skill is not active. Let's see if there's any apples running. There's none. Let's see what it does. And then we'll look if you have to make more changes.
This is a bingo.
It ran detached. Yes. Awesome.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh, and it's isolated as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's default.
That's the default in the skill?
In the skill.
I need to think about that.
It's good because if you're doing work trees,
I understand. I get it. It's
if
just
you want to do work trees, yeah.
I guess you could ask it if you want to be able to interact with these using, I guess it depends on the type of thing you're doing. If you're trying to do a fully automated agent thing, it makes total sense to do that.
Docker's probably off.
Tell it to start Docker. Don't do it manually. What are you doing? I mean, and we should Doctor. We should tell it to run Doctor.
We should tell it to run Doctor. Aspire Doctor. Not Aspire Docker. Aspire Doctor.
Doctor. Tell it.
Would you like me to stop the Aspire app? No. Just start Docker.
Well, that's something that we could put in there as well.
We should actually.
Clip it.
Yeah, we should do something there.
No, just start.
It's
Docker
curious that it thought. I don't know. I mean, you're just thinking through why would it feel like it has to do that? But I guess if it thinks it's a dependency, then I can understand why it thinks it needs to restart.
Yeah. Okay. Docker just popped up on my other monitor, so it's good.
Nice.
Dang, your
So
Docker starts quickly. Mine doesn't start that quick.
I mean, I don't know if it's fully initialized yet, but it's.
No, I click the icon and then I wait. Like I clicked it and then I wait for the UI to show up. Sometimes it takes like 3 minutes.
Oh, the engine is still starting. So, give it a minute. I made it mad. I know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Sorry for being so blunt with you. I'm on a live stream.
I wonder if it says hello. Say hi to my friends for me. No worries. Let me look at the camera.
All right. So let's do this. Yeah. Why am I using 4.5 and 4.6?
You haven't changed yet, right?
I haven't changed it yet. I haven't updated it. I'll.
Slash model. Go. Do it.
Oh yeah.
It should ask you what mode you want once you pick.
I think I need to quit
you
and
need to
restart it.
update
So I
your
can
you
delete
UI.
don't have
version.
it. You didn't pay enough money.
No, it's just because I hadn't updated the CLI yet.
No, you need
And
to
it
do YOLO
downloads
as
it
well,
when you
Maddy.
run it, and you
You
have
need to do
restart
YOLO
it.
as well.
There we go. Now I'm on 4.6.
You need to do YOLO as well. You just did resume without YOLO.
Thank you. You're so right.
Yeah.
Nope. Why I want to quit? Thank you. YOLO. Okay. All right. Okay. Replace Azure SQL with the generic Postgres.
It's always so fun doing this stuff in front of Fowler because everyone types these things differently. That's kind of the amazing thing about this entire, change that we're going through is even when you're like putting 7 words in, he would have typed a different 7 words, or he would have typed 5 words instead of 12. And we can't help but judge each other. Why do you talk to it like that? Why
Wait,
don't
I
you do it
added
this
that.
way?
Judging someone's setup. Isn't it in here?
Oh, there you go.
It's not
Maybe
on my
judging
board.
someone's process.
Oh, someone's setup is roasted right there. I should change that to like being judgy. Oh, I like that, Stuart. That's a really good thing. Note if you're YOLOing, the resume should include YOLO. I appreciate that. Let me hold on. I'm sending that to Pierce. Who?
Huh.
What's it doing? Can we see it cook?
Yeah, I'm gonna run screen, Maddy.
Sorry.
Should I plug my VS Code extension while we're here?
Scroll up. You should scroll up. It ran. Scroll up. It ran search docs. So this is the new that we added.
Good. So this is brand new. So Pine built this last week. Pine mentioned. Hold on. Back to me.
We really need to get the AI bingo going, and then we need to extend it to the players of AI, so you don't even have to like just always like, no. We need an API so that people can use their own local agents, and then it's basically agents competing with other agents.
That's kind of awesome.
Yeah, that's how we need to do that. That needs to be the longer term goal.
We're ruining the purpose.
Sorry.
Okay. That's the whole point, is that people pay attention.
Malt bingo. It's exactly what it is. So we could see when it's a human player versus like a robot player. I love it. We need to do that.
That's the subdomain, molt.aspirify.live.
And it's people's bots playing against each other.
Actually pretty funny.
Oh, that's so good.
Anyway.
Okay. I read the docs. It's looking. Oh, it's going to do the whole thing.
Well, you told it to, right?
You told it to.
I mean, yeah.
And you didn't do it in fan mode, so it's just like, I'm going to do this.
The Maui workload issue is pre-existing. Yeah, send tweet. I get it.
Yeah, so it's doing it.
So like Aspire app, Aspire run, detach, isolated. So did it stop the old one?
That does stop the old one.
It does, or doesn't?
Yeah, it does.
Oh. What? Because it's the same app host?
So isolated is for running in like work trees. So you typically have different folders.
Right. But okay. Everyone's like, how do you get the unlimited tokens? Well,
You
come work at Microsoft.
You work at Microsoft.
yeah.
Or GitHub. That's the answer.
Yeah. I know.
So what this place that we're in right now, where we've asked it to do something fairly involved and it's doing stuff, and we don't get to see the file changes. There's no like editor here, right? We can't see diffs at the moment.
You can.
So you can. There's a way to do it, but by default,
control.
And
Control,
so,
right? Yeah. But
But Damian's
already
pitching
done.
his thing. Damian's pitching his extension.
I'm pitching my extension. So
okay.
in some people like to see what's happening in a familiar environment. So rather than, even though they're using the coding agent in the CLI, they might like to have an editor open next to the CLI, or they might be running this in the terminal even, or the integrated terminal of their IDE, and they want to like see the changes. So I vibe coded a extension for VS Code that basically is like the live share follow mode, but it's just based on file changes. And so it's called file change follower. Yep, the top one. 47 downloads.
Woo! Do I trust Damian Edwards? Absolutely not.
Yeah. And so what this will do is give you a command that allows you to go into follow mode, and then it just does what you expect. Like if you were doing live share and you said follow Fowler, it follows the changes. And
That's
so it will open the files, it will highlight what just got changed, and it has like debouncing and a few other features. You can set a bunch of parameters. And see in the bottom right, it says not following.
Yeah.
So you can say follow, and now it will follow stuff as it's happening.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So it's, I mean, I have a bunch of quirks. I need to go and like do another session to fix up some stuff. Seb wanted a recording feature that's actually implemented. It's just not shipped yet. So you can actually record and then play back a session, and then you can adjust the speed, and it even has live playback speed adjustment. So if you get into a situation where the agent's doing a lot of file changes quite quickly, I haven't actually experienced that personally, but some people say they have, you can slow it down, and then you can like jump back to live, like YouTube, like live watching. You can scrub back and stuff. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, check it out. It's called File Change Follower. It's open source, log issues, and I will try and get stuff added. I've got an issue I put in there because I found that I often forget I'm in following mode, and then I go and make file edits, and then it causes it to go a little crazy because now it starts to like follow your own edits, which is not particularly good. So I've got an issue in there. I have to I want to make it auto unfollow as soon as it detects you interacting with the editor to make a change, right? So there's a few little things, usability things like that I need to fix. But I literally did this like in 10 minutes. Someone made a comment in one of our work channels in the morning, and I was like, about how they work with the agent. They like to look at VS Code while it's going, but they have to like move around. I was like, wow, that sounds like I had never written a VS Code extension before. So I just went into plan mode. I said, I want to make a VS Code extension. It does this, and then I went and had a shower, like while it built it. And I came back and I literally pushed the extension without ever having run it. So that one of my mental blocks right now is when I vibe code something like that and I don't even look at the code.
You're crazy.
I'm always scared to try it out.
You're crazy.
So I keep asking it to do stuff, and I just trust that it's working because it says it's working until I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I really need to try this.
That's really funny.
It's funny.
Okay, so now that I have follow mode on, hold on. I want to ask, so add the Postgres MCP gateway. Is that what I would call it, Fowler?
Muted.
You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
It won't find this.
Because it's not in the docs yet.
It's not in docs yet. So you might need to...
I get to write code artisanally?
Yeah.
By hand?
It's a one-liner. So just do it.
That's a lot. That's a lot for me.
So turn off follow mode before you start editing the file. There you go.
Is that your thing?
Yeah.
That's my thing.
It adds that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I told it in the plan mode. I said I want to have a status indicator. You weren't listening at all. If you Control-Shift-P, there's a bunch of commands in the palette that you can configure follow mode, like with a bunch of different variables.
What?
To adjust it.
What do I do?
What version do you have? Did it add the right version?
Yep. Well, it's a 13.2 preview of some sort.
Yeah.
That seems right. I sleep, Marshall. The rest of them...
Oh,
I sleep. Fowler doesn't sleep.
Damian and I are both sleep thinkers, but not sleep doers. Like, we think about things in our sleep. Fowler doesn't sleep. Fowler just goes. Mitch doesn't sleep. James and Kay doesn't sleep. Damian.
It's on the database.
It's on the database. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So you can talk to that database.
So Seb, another non-sleeper, built this feature called the MCP Gateway. Why is this broken?
It's not
probably
broken.
requires something, or is it experimental?
It's a preview. Yes. Yep.
Ow. Hold on. My favorite. Wait.
Control dot.
No.
You need to edit a config, Maddy. You need to remove all this crap out of your CF file.
No. Okay. So it's called the MCP Gateway feature. But the idea is that for integrations that have MCPs, instead of you having to wire it up, Aspire should be able to handle that. Right? That seems to make sense. So I've added this now to my app host. I'll probably have to restart it.
No. Just
tell it.
Just say list. Yeah, list tools.
No, you might need to restart the app host.
It needs to restart the app host.
Yeah.
So tell it to restart the app host. Yeah. And then it should emit an event via the Aspire MCP to say that tools have changed. That's my understanding. You shouldn't have to tell it to look. It should just emit an event to say that there are tools available. That's the way I thought it worked. Fowler is not engaged. He's not listening again. So
yeah, he's not listening again. Someone's messaging him something and he got excited about it.
On my watch.
Aspire watch. Aspire.
Yeah, we're and the thing that you wanted, that everyone wants, is being worked on.
Yeah.
App host reload
super well with this.
So you don't have to do stuff like we're doing right now. Restart the app host.
Yeah.
Right. Imagine you didn't have to do that. It just worked.
It would just work.
It's gonna be bananas.
Claude clip last night. Chat session increase time over.
Do you ever use the command like punch through mode in the coding, the CLI coding agents?
All the time.
It's just /
It's bang.
Right?
Bang.
It's bang. Oh,
yeah.
I always get it wrong.
I use that a lot.
Yeah.
I use that for like to figure out.
I use it like Git operations and stuff like that if I think to do it. And then I get lazy like everyone else and just say like flip back to main and get latest updates, and it'll do it.
Oh, okay. Alex, good suggestion. Just register MCPs, all of them. That's interesting.
As in, it discovers any MCPs being advertised by any integration that you have.
Yeah,
we could do stuff like that.
What does that mean?
Seem to have it.
It means that rather than having to call with MCP on every integration that happens to bring an MCP that's opt-in, he wants to just call register all MCPs once in the app host, and then as he adds integrations, if they have MCPs available, they get auto-registered. Yeah, we could totally do that. That's totally the thing we could make.
That's a cool idea.
So just a different annotate. I mean, these, as long as they have an annotation that says I have an MCP available, like we could find them. So it's no reason we couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Why? Why are you dubious?
We need to have more examples of MCPs before we can like do that. Right now, there's one on the database. Why is it on the DB and not on the Postgres server?
We haven't.
Is it every resource?
There's a Redis one. We just haven't added it yet.
But it didn't. It doesn't. I don't think it found. I don't think it found the tools.
Should.
Oh, this is Aspire MCP tools I've access to.
Oh.
It should be in there.
It should be in there. It gets tunneled through there.
Ask it to refresh tools.
Okay.
See, mine is pretty terse.
I am pretty terse.
It's good. I'm terse too. Damian's very verbose.
Please.
That's why I use audio all of the time. I just talk to it.
Oh, new database MCP tools just appeared.
Woohoo!
Still thinking. Okay, here we are. Jeez.
So ask it to list the tables in the database.
Okay.
None, right?
What tables are in my database?
Did it run migrations?
Did it delete the migrations?
It did.
Yeah.
It did delete my migrations.
Did it add new ones?
It's bugging out.
Let's see if it figures itself out, dude.
This is kind of the magic of the MCP.
Look. Oh! The migrations are SQL Server specific. They're gonna fix it.
Let me fix it.
Oh my god! I just assigned a gender to the agent. I didn't even think. So he's gonna fix it.
It depends for me. Like some days the agent's my girly, some days the agent's my bro. That just depends. Did it delete or was the data not persistent? I don't know. This isn't getting pushed, to be clear.
You sure?
So.
You run
Yes,
it
I'm sure, because I'm using Azure SQL.
You run it in YOLO mode. It could just commit and push all at once.
I have not had that happen until I ask it to do it, and then it just goes. It's in the context window then. So then
once you do it once, you are screwed.
Yeah, because it's in the window, right?
Yeah. No, I because I have a live branch and main is protected.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
But it's still you. But I guess it can't push the main still, right?
That's why you have to use.
If it runs it with force, but it would probably stop and ask before it.
That's why you should use the feature in GitHub I recently discovered and I'm now using is GitHub environments and deployments with deployment protection.
Oh.
So all my new vibe coded stuff I've done in the last month. I did a whole bunch of work in one of them in particular to get like a new release flow set up in GitHub. And now I'm using that everywhere. And I have, like, if it's a package, I have an environment called NuGet.org, and then it uses a deployment to go into that environment. And that means the keys and all of that associated with it are locked to that deployment. And then you can turn on a deployment like check or something. Mm-hmm. And then you can say for this environment, enable deployment checks. And it says choose like who you want to be able to approve this. So even if I push it and I start the workflow that does the deployment, it will still stop and wait for me to go there. And then it'll send me an alert in GitHub notifications. And I have to go there and say, approve this deployment. It's really good. It's actually really nice.
Where do I like see this?
Where do you see which?
Like how
this
do I
go? Talking about? Go to the settings. Settings. Go to settings. On the left-hand side, you'll see that there's environments. See there?
What's your password, Maddy?
And then you've just got one called Copilot. I don't know why, but you do. You can just create n environments, right? And then you can say there are specific reviewers required for an environment. See that? Deployment protection rules right at the top of your screen.
Oh.
You can say click on required reviewers. You can also set a wait timer so that you can't do like rapid. You can't immediately approve.
That's cool.
So I just added myself as a reviewer.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Prevent self-review. Who wants that?
Well, yeah, if you do that, then you can't deploy your own shit.
Why isn't this? There we go.
Super small segue. Maddy, put this in your browser window.
Put this in my browser window.
Just to show. So, there's a new change for the Aspire pipeline deployments, etc. Where you can show a summary at the bottom with like stuff, right? So a pipeline can add things to a summary. So if you want to see what Azure region it deployed to, what the endpoint is for a compute resource. Today, it kind of just shows up in the spew, and you can't figure out where the URL is. It's really tough. So we have this new concept in Aspire 13.2 called a pipeline summary. So I told the coding agent on GitHub to add support for showing the compute resource and the URL for that resource in the summary. And I was like, how do I see what it did? Yeah. I could pull it down. I could build this branch, pull the branch down, install it on my machine, and try it myself and deploy to Azure. But Mitch, scroll up a little bit, one tick. Mitch added this new command that only we can run. You can't run this, called deployment test. So when you run deployment test, it uses the Hex1B terminal recording situation to run test against this PR. So if you play the last one, like
so that's behind a command now rather than this current thing we have.
For deployment.
For deployment specifically.
And it uses asking Nemo, which is sick.
This is the new thing.
Hold on, I'm gonna let this play. My food is here. I'm gonna go grab it. 1 sec.
Yeah, this is a record. I mean, yeah, she's gonna be gone. This is a recording of like making a new, taking that PR build, making a new deployment. One thing is a little too fast, so you can't see the menus. I told him we should fix that.
For those who aren't familiar with Askinema, I learned that it's pronounced Askinema.
Is it Askinema? I mean,
it's Askinema. It's actually in their doc.
It is Askinema.
This is not a video. Like this is literally like a text-based recording format. It's super, super cool.
We use it on the website.
Yeah. So and then you can get players, right? So then there's like an embedded. There's a command line player. They don't have a Windows player, but Mitch wrote one, I believe, which will be out soon. But I use WSL to download the Askinema files and play them back in the terminal. But there's a web player, obviously, as well.
It's crazy. I can't even keep up with how much stuff automation we've done. Like
that was the purpose of January, right? Like it actually dry January.
So Zoom forward, we don't want to wait 5 minutes to watch this thing deploy.
I want to wait 5 minutes. What are you talking about?
Zoom to the end. So keep going all the way, 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 all the way. There. We'll be done soon. There.
Nice.
So you see the summary at the bottom?
Mm-hmm.
Target, Azure, blah, 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 subscription ID, all this stuff. That's new
Yes.
in this release.
That's
so
gorgeous.
we can now do these end-to-end testing. Like no one has to pull bits down and build and test and run and set up. We now have enough automation to kind of like add a new feature via Copilot and then have it run an end-to-end test and then watch a video essentially of like what it did. This is I think nirvana for anything that touches the user experience that we want to verify and see it and feel it. We can now even record stuff on this stuff. So
yeah,
super impressive.
Oh, the new Spectre console site. Stuart says the tool that takes tape files and turns them into SVGs. Ooh.
What's a tape file?
Ooh.
We don't know.
Ooh.
Cool.
Great. So this is an SVG then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. That's pretty cool. Yeah, what is a tape file? I've heard of them, but I don't know like what.
Don't know. It must be similar. It must be like a temporal text based format, is my guess. I guess I could just ask ChatGPT or someone in the chat will tell me.
Ooh. That's sponsor. I do think my Copilot finished cooking. Okay. Migration's completed successfully, and the DBMCP tool is running. The old ideal, these tools change notice. What?
What?
You'll need a tools changed notice with the new IDs. Want me to refresh them? Why doesn't it just do it automatically?
Ask it that. Just do it.
Ask it why it doesn't do it?
Yeah. Say yes, of course.
Want me to refresh tools again? Yeah.
My queen, feel free.
I wonder why I have to refresh tools.
Oh, interesting.
They're tied to the database.
Ask Stack Overflow. What is this, 2025?
I love how it sleeps. Yeah, we need to add this command. No, I'm pretty convinced. The aspire wait command. You see how it sleeps?
Yeah, and then it does like it'll do exponential growth on the sleeping.
Right.
For most stuff. It'll go, well, I did 60 seconds and it still didn't. So I'll do 120 now.
Are back. They're back. What? What does that even mean? This just show up with new IDs.
It's expecting that we're going to fire the tools change notice event from the MCP server. That's what I was talking about before, but like
we should know what that is, I guess. I mean, it could be making up stuff too.
I mean, it's the. Are we supposed to fire it? No. Right?
No. As in, like, we're supposed to fire it. Like, our MCP server is supposed to fire it, I thought.
It is. Our MCP server should drive, not the agent, is what you're saying?
Our MCP server should be firing that, and the agent responds to it, was my understanding. To let it's a way of an MCP server broadcasting to the hosting agent that there is new tools. Tools have changed. You need to update.
On that? Because you seem, I don't know if you're messaging someone else or if you're actually.
I'm looking at this stupid thing.
I thought this was part of the MCP spec.
Tools change notice. Steam's made up.
I'm going to call this a new bug just for the sake of my bingo. It's been struggling today. Damian, you missed the update on the things I've put into bingo recently. There's a new sync my board feature. So if you join halfway through the stream, you can catch up.
Oh, that's cool.
I
like it.
Thank you. Oh, I'm eating. I mean, this is lunch, not a snack, but I'll call it a snack. I was very excited.
So servers that support tools must declare the tool's capability. And then there's the list changed property that's as part of the tools declaration indicates whether the server will emit notifications from the list of available tools changes, which is what I was trying to refer to all the way at the beginning of talking about this feature. And I thought we did that.
You did that.
And that the Copilot CLI harness supported that. So I'm not quite sure.
I think it made that one up.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what it's doing.
No, the follow bug. What?
I want to see if this would work.
It will.
It will. It'll just use the GitHub CLI to do it.
I do it all the time.
Yep.
Alex, does using the MCP server to read the docs count as ignoring the docs? No, we're never ignoring the docs again, thanks to our MCP server.
This made it super important.
Might be kind of wrong sometimes, is the problem.
I ran a thing that actually used this MCP to find doc issues.
Oh, really?
Remember the thing that looks at this?
Oh, yes, the thing that you had like 100 issues it tried to file.
Yeah, exactly.
Didn't you like consolidate it down to like 30 issues or something?
50.
Poor Pine.
Less than 100. Poor team. Oh, we're not shipping the next version of Aspire until we finish the docs. So that's the last thing that we said we're gonna do.
Yeah, I said that.
What does that mean to you? Finish the docs debt? Do you think that means like 0 bugs on docs?
We're debt for what we know we haven't done yet.
Well,
for all.
How do you measure that?
For all known knowns. Is it known knowns?
Known
unknowns.
Known unknowns.
Known knowns.
For all the things that we know we didn't do, they all have to be done.
Yeah.
And where is the list of things?
I found the bugs.
That's true.
Now we have 50, and they're like a lot of stuff to go do. So
we're never. So are they working now? Is this working now? Did we figure out?
Oh,
tell it. Do you have the playwright skill, Maddy?
So is everything good? Oh, no, nothing is good.
Oh wait, what? What is that?
It's like trying to find
now it refreshed again. Erica. Oh wow. Okay. No client found for tool ID.
Let me check the resource status. Good.
Is it a live demo failure or is this just a session failure? I'm not sure.
So one thing we did fix in the Aspire world is that the Aspire start-stop thing that would happen where the MCP would lose track of like the outpost is fixed now.
Yep.
Oh.
Let me just so now it's just ignoring the tool.
Yes.
And it's literally just running Docker PS and filtering, and then it's
it's making
it's just like this is where it's being tenacious, right? It's trying to figure stuff out.
All right.
It's the tools aren't working still.
The tools aren't working though.
Yeah.
No.
Well, we need to polish that
to actually like test the app.
We need Seb to tell us what we're doing wrong. But this, I'm pretty sure this was like how it was supposed to work.
Pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. Use playwright. Okay. I have a hard time with Playwright sometimes losing track of its own session. Like it'll try and open a bunch of browser tabs. And it's like, oh, I can't. It drives me a little bit nuts.
Do you use the MCP or the CLI?
I'm just gonna install Chrome now.
Yeah. So, do you use the CLI or the MCP, Maddy?
MCP.
Playwright, the MCP.
Oh, I use the new Playwright CLI, the one designed for agents. It seems to be much better. It comes with a skill.
That requires a restart.
Yeah, that will require a restart, but that's okay.
And I do hate the fact that it always defaults to Chrome.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, can you not be just smarter about your defaults and just see I have a browser and just use the one I have? Like, come on.
Yeah, it should just use the system default browser. I don't know how to do that, but it should.
Yeah.
Just hit escape and then tell it again. Seb's watching now, so he might be able to explain what we were doing wrong with the
Still playwright MCP.
MCP.
Seb, your MCP gateway is broken.
Is there a reason you specified MS Edge -beta and not just said use agents that occur?
Because I have beta installed, and
Okay. This is the other problem with MCP servers.
I need
If
to
they're
restart.
stateful, you need to restart it.
You gotta close the thing.
I know. I want to see.
Actually, do you have to? You might just be able to reconnect.
Ugh.
Slash MCP and you
If you're in VS Code.
Actually, no, it's a whole list of things. Yeah, you probably can't control C it.
Don't forget to YOLO.
Why is it taking so long to die?
I don't know.
Play VS. There was a bug once where VS shutdown took like there's a big
regression.
It's like taking forever to close it down.
All right, does it work now?
Okay. Oh my god!
Hang on, let me verify the config. Config looks correct. Let's get you over to the CLI, Maddy.
Let's get me over to the playwright CLI. Okay.
Yeah. Search for the playwright CLI in. No. Go to a browser.
Get search.
Go to a browser. Search for playwright CLI. Do not click the first result because it's always wrong. Scroll down to the GitHub repo. Not that one. That one. Yep.
This one.
Yep. Scroll down to where it talks about the skill. So you need to install the skill. Yeah.
This.
Yeah. So do the first part. npm install blah. So you need to. Oh, you don't need both.
You have to. It'll install by itself.
And then you can add the skill. Then go. Then you'll start your session again. Copilot session.
The skill install dash.
I mean, you can do that. That'll add it to.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you can do that in the repo. That'll just do it. Yep.
And then I need to like remove the MCP now?
What?
Should I remove the MCP now?
You could if you wanted to.
Look at what it said. It actually found the default browser.
Oh,
that's pretty nice.
Yep. That's awesome. So like I said, the CLI is just better. I found it is much better.
Okay.
You might want to delete your MCP though.
Yeah.
It's still there.
Just do it. /MCP, blah, blah, blah. Edit, delete, whatever. All right. Go back to the GitHub repo. Hang on. So it's interesting that maybe there are multiple ways because I did it the way Seb's saying it I did it via the plugin, but you did it through the CLI. So I think you might just be fine now.
Go back and just do /skills and see what's there.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you install the plugin, it's installed globally.
Yeah, which is what I did.
There we go. Playwright CLI.
Great. So now you can ask it to do the playwright thing again.
But use the playwright skill. Okay.
Yeah.
This is cool.
I love watching. I love watching different ways people use this stuff because you said so many words.
I know.
You can do /playwright CLI and just like say test it again.
I'm explaining my thoughts.
Yeah, it's fine. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, look, there you go. It's working.
Wow.
But the browser is headless. You can't see anything.
I was gonna say, where's my browser?
So if you want it, you can tell it not to do headless. You can say use my existing profile and give it the name of your profile in Edge, for example, which is important if you are working on something that requires auth, for example, like intro auth or something like that. So I've been doing a lot of that this last week. And then you see a session open up because that one.
It is nice that it's headless though, because I hate when it takes over my browser. Like,
I've never seen it take over.
It pops it to the front to the focus if you're on one monitor.
Oh, you only have one monitor, so yeah, that would be annoying.
I have two unless I'm in the office and I'm in the room, which is annoying. Oh
yeah,
no!
It pops up on your.
It just shared my admin password. No.
Where?
Right there, playwright CLI Fowler 1234. I think we've shared that like 4,000 times on.
It's true. Hold on.
Versions of this screen.
Private key.
How did it even know the password? Where did it get it from?
I don't know. It must be in a parameter.
Isn't it .NET User Secrets?
Oh, that's funny.
Oh yeah, it would be in user secrets. It should probably know not
to print it on the screen. Probably.
Yeah.
We could tell Pablo that.
You might just need to tell it at the beginning of a session. I am streaming. Do not show any secrets on.
They're local. It's fine.
Anyway, so there you go. It's clicking stuff. Screenshots being created. It worked.
Wow.
And you can open your screenshots if you want to have a look. You can just tell it to open the screenshot.
I mean, they're probably right here, right?
They are. Should be.
Why did
There,
you start adding to the top file?
Look at that.
You just add it to a folder. This is annoying.
Sometimes it does. Like, it's not that part isn't deterministic unless you tell it. Like, I've seen it create .playwright images folders and like all types of different things, and sometimes it just goes there. So
wow, that was cool. That works so much better than the MCP. Good call. When did they ship the CLI?
January?
2 weeks ago. Two weeks.
Also, why is it called Playwright CLI instead of just Playwright?
Because there's already a Playwright CLI.
I don't know, man. We don't know.
Because there's already the existing Playwright already has, it's an npx based tool, right? And you install it and there's a Playwright command. So this is a different one that's designed for doing interactions through individual commands, whereas the other one isn't for that. It's for managing the Playwright installation. So yeah, does that mean that worked? Oh, Seb's here. Can we figure out the MCP gateway issue?
Yeah. How are DB MCP tools looking? One of my favorite things about AI is that it just like ignores my typos. It just knows.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how we all text each other at this point. Like none of our sentences are actually English. But okay, so Seb, this is what's been going on. It's waiting for a tool's changed notice to get the new IDs.
Yeah. So what are we doing wrong, Seb?
Mm-hmm.
And this is across, I guess the app host has been running this whole time, like even across the Copilot sessions because it was detached. So it hasn't been restarted.
I did ask it to restart the app host at one point.
You did? Okay. Yeah, this is weird. Like when we asked it, if we just ask it to try and use the tools, you get errors. You get like client errors in here. Try with VS Code. Oh.
No. No, Seb. No.
Okay, Seb says he's never tried Copilot CLI for this specific scenario, so we might have to.
Sebastian.
Try. See, you've got VS Code open. Like, just try it.
I know. I want to see if it does this though. Okay, it's restarting the DB MCP resource now.
Okay.
That's the DB MCP resource does it even have restarted it?
I don't know.
The command resource restart.
Oh,
is it a resource?
The MCP itself is a resource.
Is a resource?
It's a container.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it totally is. It's right there.
And by the way, this can be used to test your own MCP servers. The API is not great at the moment. That needs to be cleaned up. But like you can add your own app, your own MCP server as one of these, and it will forward it through the Aspire MCP. Without using the what's it called? The MCP inspector.
Okay, 23 tools now. It keeps going back to this. They should appear in a tools change notice momentarily. Like it is absolutely attached to this idea that there's some pending event that hasn't been fired.
Just /clear and reset all the context, and then just try again.
Do you want to try in VS Code?
Sure.
Okay. So. So you want me to go? Ah! Do you want me to hit update tools in here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. CLI issue. Well, Seb, I use the CLI, so fix it. Okay.
What is it doing?
I don't know. It's taking its time is what it's doing.
I feel like this is us.
Scary.
We did rewrite the entire CLA, so maybe that's part of it.
And by we, you mean you. And by
the team, us.
No, you did it without telling anybody.
Us.
And then you started trying to do stupid things.
Smart things. Look at how well it works. This is Seb's feature. This is a very specific thing that we're looking at, like MC proxies.
Ah!
Look at the logs.
Of VS Code.
Go to the dashboard.
Yeah, that thing. No, the wrench. The wrench symbol on the Aspire MCP. Yeah, that one. I think
that's not a wrench.
A cog. That's a cog. Not a wrench.
Do you know? Have you ever used a tool in
a
your
wrench? Dude, what on earth?
The settings button.
The wrench. I'm like, where's the wrench?
You're right. It's not the wrench.
Fowler can use agentic tools. Fowler, I cannot imagine you have ever touched a power
not real
tool in
tools.
your life.
That's the problem.
So.
And go to more. Sharp it.
Morning. Oh, geez.
What's it complaining about?
It's flickering.
It's flickering. It means it's like dumping a bunch of logs.
Scroll to the bottom.
This is the bottom.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. Look at how quickly it's refreshing it.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
Wait,
so how do I like cancel
method tools list request handler called? It's just like going nuts.
It's going bananas. Yeah.
Can you stop? Just stop the Aspire MCP. Just hit stop up there.
Oh my God. It's still going. Uh-oh. Okay. Stopped.
All right. Start. It says it's running still.
That's not good. Stop again. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Now
don't start it. No, don't start it. Get the log, Maddy.
Why not?
Get the log so we can actually debug it. Don't like just stop.
I'm in the logs.
No, we want to capture so we can follow the bug. Like there's an issue somewhere.
Hold on.
Clear the logs.
Okay,
no, don't clear it.
Don't clear the logs.
Stop.
Capture it first.
Okay.
Let's Control A and capture it. Or yeah, export.
Save output as
export.
Or export.
Like a normal person.
What the hell is file type MCP colon Aspire?
So
what is this?
You can text, so it's not like crazy.
Yeah. MCP bug.
Wait, I'm so confused by this file save dialogue.
There you go, Seb.
Nice.
For you. Wait, now, hold on. Pause. Hold on. Can you file a bug?
Yeah.
It could figure the issue out.
That and all right. Wow, this is meta. This is meta as fuck. Like this straight up like using Aspire to file Aspire bugs.
Clear infinite loop.
The loop ran for 3 minutes.
Nice.
10,000 lines.
Point it at the source.
Calm. Let it think.
Huh?
Let it think. Or whatever thinking is for AI. Let it
emitting more tokens that are thinking tokens.
Let me help the bingo people and say I really need a second coffee. Is anyone here to make me coffee, or do I need to go and disappear off the stream for a bit and make a coffee?
Traffic mentioned.
There's no one here. It's my daughter.
I haven't sworn yet. Okay. Nice.
Good.
Nice. Thank you. Wow.
Did
It filed it as me too. I look so legit.
Did it like add the logs?
Logs exit. Tell it to append.
Happy to attach if needed. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you attach the full log file?
Can you attach files to GitHub CLI?
No, but it'll see what it does.
See what it does. It'll probably flail about.
It'll probably just paste the entire thing.
You know what?
Content?
You may get, yeah. You need to drag the file in. Okay. It's exactly the same as issues.
It says the tools are bad. Do you want to query them though?
Yeah, hold on. Home slice.
Oh, you're not going to do it on the edit, the other one?
I mean, no.
Why?
There's no attachments, right? Like you have to put the content in there.
Well, I don't know. Find out what happens when you drag it in.
It works fine for images, not for.
See what it does.
Interesting.
Works for videos too.
Yeah.
This reminds me of a looking at you do this.
Oh, there we go. That works.
Looking at you do this manually. Yeah, it does do attachments. There you go.
Yeah.
There was a couple times this last week, this app I'm working on, I needed to get a file that was being produced by the build, and then as part of publish, it would end up in a container, right? So our publish was doing a container push. And I was like, I really need to see this file inside. And so I went to the pipeline, I would download the artifact, and then it'd be like, I would just tell, and it's a, what is it? A zip archive, a gzip archive, tarball. And I just said to the agent, hey, this tarball is a container image. I need you to find a file called XYZ in here. And then I just let it go. And it was like, yeah. And then we're like, yep, found it. And it would like pull apart the layers. It would search every layer, and then it would find the file, and then it would copy it out for me. And it's like just great watching it do stuff like that, that having to do manually would be such a huge pain. And yeah, I could write a script. And if I wanted to, I could literally then ask it, can you write a script so I could do this myself in the future? And it would just write the script for me. So if you didn't want to use AI to do it every time, you could build the deterministic automation with the ambiguity, machine, right?
Yep. Yep. Maddy, can you assign the issue to Copilot? Close the loop. Oh, wait. And choose Opus.
Yeah.
This is crazy. What are we What are we doing?
Actually, it's crazy.
The agent pulled the Asking Nima screencast from the failed.
Is that a joke? Or is he describing what he saw, or what's he saying?
Check PR 14353. We have too many PRs. I don't know why I'm scrolling.
You want to know why Nvidia is up 7% today? I looked this morning and I couldn't see a reason in the news. Microsoft's up because of our stream, I'm sure.
That's us. That's totally us.
Totally us.
Oh, James definitely
factor resource MCP refresh. Okay, so
James. He broke it.
Oh, you know what? Copy this. That comment is absolutely not Mitch. He
no, Mitch would never say LGTM in all caps.
You know what you do?
It's so funny.
Copy this PR.
Yeah.
Put it into the mission control. Not here.
Oh, in here.
Yeah. This is called mission control.
Is that what this is called? I like that.
Put it in that thing.
Yep. Found existing bug. Good call, Alex. Do I have it?
Then we'll test.
In a bug we've already filed. Have we done that? Disagreement on how to do something, I'd say we definitely have, just based on how I typed to Copilot and how many times you.
No, we love that, even if it's not right.
Have I really not sworn yet? Did I swear?
Yes, you did. 100%.
More than
dropped an F-bomb before. Just didn't call it out in real time.
Nobody checked it off, so clearly people aren't paying attention.
They're obviously not paying attention.
Wow. All
it was when you were making comment about how meta it all was. You said this is so effing meta.
You did. You did.
Clip it. Prove it.
You did it.
I mean, someone in chat, go and clip that and share it because it happened.
Oh, excited to see an error, definitely. Okay.
Yeah,
I know,
Seb,
that was something we were joking about doing today, and then we just kind of fell into the rabbit hole of all the AI stuff we use, but that's the plan. An agent's going to start clicking the boxes.
Yep. Except that we don't want to have our own. We just need to invite people to use their own tokens to play bingo. And
no, we have Fowler.
Then we'll have our own agent. Then we'll have our own agent administering the board. So if your agent is rogue and like clicking stuff that hasn't happened, it'll be like, yeah, well, your agent sucks. It's like the bot wars of 20 years ago. IRC bot wars. I used to love those. MIRC bot wars.
Uh-oh. Someone's dashboard is always in free play mode. That's not good. It shouldn't be. Fire if I got one. How is Friday behavior not checked off? Because we haven't said it yet. Although I did just say it. So
there you go. Very well played, Alex.
Very good, Alex. Very good. Okay. Wow. How do I not have a bingo yet? This is frustrating. I can't game it.
You had a bug we've already filed?
I was going to say, like, we surely have, but I don't know if we have.
I don't think we have. Okay.
It's because we're so
we need to add new squares to do that are... We have ones about AI coding with suggestions, but we don't have ones about agent-based coding.
That's
we need
so
to add
true.
some squares for agentic coding. Overly sycophantic agent.
Yes. Hold
Tenacious agent moment.
I don't know what will happen if I do this in the middle of a live stream. Oh, wait, hold on. You're absolutely right.
Nice.
What was the one? Chatty agent?
What did I say? I said
overly
sycophantic, and then I said, oh, tenacious.
Yes.
Let me try this. Let me try that. Let me try. The other thing that we see is when they get into a reasoning, like a reasoning deadlock, and they try a thing, but then they go, but then this thing will happen. Oh, but then that thing will happen. And they just keep doing it over and over again.
That's pretty good. Seb, why do I look like a construction traffic worker? What's it to you, kid?
You got to hide it.
I'm kind of upset you didn't wear your Seahawks jersey, Damian.
I contemplated it. I did contemplate it, but then I was like, AspiriFridays, but like it is the Friday before the Super Bowl. You know what? I could just go and make coffee and put my jersey on and come back.
Well, you don't have to do that because the Patriots are going to win, but that's okay.
Wow.
Maddy. I'm like superstitious as a fan, so I don't say things like that out loud. So I'm just gonna we'll talk on Monday.
I'm superstitious, but I'm also a trash talker. And
I'm not a trash talker. I just not.
Yeah, that doesn't work for you very well. For me, however,
my son, on the other hand, oh my god,
I won't bet on games that the Patriots are playing in, though. Like that's a superstition I have. Like I'll never bet on something unless it's like a random player prop. So, like I think I picked my king of the end zone pick for Sunday on DraftKings. I said the will get a touchdown because the odds were like plus 1,500 or something insane.
Is the Super Bowl where Bad Bunny's playing? I'm kidding.
Yes, yeah. Bad Bunny concert.
I know. I'm just like trying to be the non-football fan. It's like that's the Bad Bunny show, right? That's not the
Jose, who's the engineering manager for Aspire. Listen, Maui, Jesus. I was joking with him. I was like, he should have run a course this week to teach us all enough Spanish to get through the Bad Bunny set. I'm
a Bad Bunny stan.
I love Bad Bunny. I have no idea what he's saying, so it's fine. Maui too. Yeah, we're gonna take over the Maui team. No, that's okay. They're in London today. They're doing Maui Day in London.
Are they?
Pictures.
So,
London. They're doing AI stuff on the phones. The phones are doing the AI.
I feel like we should do one thing.
Can I actually pee though? Because everyone's been talking about bathroom breaks.
What?
I'm gonna go pee real quick. I'll be back.
Go ahead. Drink water. Go ahead. Wait. Okay, let me. Okay, go ahead. Go.
Share your screen. Share your screen.
No,
Share your screen. Share your
no,
screen. Then
no.
I'll make a cup of tea too.
My screen. I gotta make sure my screen doesn't have anything like confidential. Hold on. Super top secret about the future of Microsoft. Let me just close everything. Let me close everything.
It's all Fowler Googling what is Super Bowl.
Let me see what
Who
is
is Patriot.
what is Patriot? What is this thing?
Football
Oh.
question mark.
I have so much stuff up. Oh my gosh, this is like tab spam.
Bingo or dummies.
People want to see my AI workflow, I think.
Yeah,
which is
absolutely
pure freaking chaos.
Damian, you can go make your coffee too. We'll give him.
All right, I'm gonna go make coffee. I'll be back.
Just me? Hold on. Don't share my screen first.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting for you.
don't like. You hold it.
I'm gonna leave a flashing icon in my place, so you all get to enjoy that.
That's cute. I love that.
Wait, how do you screen share?
His Aspire Nanoleafs that you haven't hung up yet, Fowler, David.
What?
You haven't hung up your Nanoleafs yet.
I haven't. I thought I did.
Are they still sitting right next to you right now? In the box?
No. They're totally not. They're not hanging out there.
You would not have to use a wrench to hang them up. Just
you sure?
I'm sure.
Screen 1, screen 2, screen 2.
Okay, there we are. Hold on. Remove.
It's funny. I actually made a PowerPoint deck using
Zoom in.
Using Copilot CLI.
Zoom in.
Everyone getting a seizure yet? Yeah.
Okay.
Look at this.
Does it take until you can check off screen share failure? That's a great question. All right, I'm gonna go TP back in a minute. Everybody, some of you have my phone number. If Fowler starts to go off the rails, send me a text. I will come back quickly.
I can't see the chat. Let me open up YouTube. Where's YouTube? YouTube's here. Let me put this on my main screen so I can see people chatting about stuff. Let me see. Claire, Aspire update self, daily. This is live. Let me show. I think I want to show like an Aspire app from scratch using some of these new commands. So I don't have the fancy new thing turned on. Let's see if I can remember what it is. To show the Polyglot support we started working on, I think I'll show that demo. But I have to find the feature flag. So I think Maddy added this really cool new rendering of Aspire config. So you can do a Aspire config list, and it shows like colors here. I'm on the daily channel, and there's no configuration set. There's this new flag called Polyglot support enabled. So I can do Aspire config, and no one should ever use this. This is like completely only for the Aspire team at the moment. Features dot this true. Oh, I want to actually globally. Hold on. What just happened? I kind of want to remove this. Delete. Locally. But then globally it's still there. Perfect. So when you turn this thing on, which you should not do because this thing barely works for anyone that isn't on the team. TS app host 10. Let's do that first. App host 10. And then if I do Aspire init, you'll see TypeScript. Sebastian went crazy and added all these languages, but the ones we care about the most right now are TypeScript and Python. So let me hit enter so you can see TypeScript. And it should make a TypeScript app host. It's going to take forever, mainly because NPM. There you go, doing NPM stuff. Do I have my, yes, there it is. Ignore docs. What are the people saying? Yeah, leave me unsupervised. It's kind of crazy. All right, if I do this Aspire run, should in theory work, unless someone broke it. That wasn't me. Look at that. Ooh, it's still working. Oh my gosh, it's working. Oh, did we break it? Oh my gosh, maybe it broke. Seb, who brought this thing? It's lying to me. It says it's running, but it's not running at all. This is where I say bug found. Nothing works at all. Let me see what is happening. Let's see if we can figure out what's not working. So the way this works is it's a lot of magic. So Sebastian and I spent like, I want to say half of last year trying a lot of different approaches to make this work. From cross compilation to hosting the runtime itself in C# to a lot of different things. And we landed on an approach that we think works for every language. I kind of want to know why it's not working. So I might spend like maybe a second debugging if I can't get this thing. Actually, hold on. Run debug. I think I added a new feature last night. Debug level debug. Oh my gosh, there's too much stuff. Oh. Oh my gosh. We also know we should be outputting the entire thing to this file. So this should have hopefully useful things inside of it. Oh my gosh, I hate when like Notepad reopens old sessions. It's the worst feature ever. Just turn it off. Okay, nothing useful is in here. Look at that. That's new. So I should try to see if we can get crazy debug logs I can maybe read that no one can read. Oh my gosh. Let's see if there's more useful information in here.
What did I miss? Fowler ignored the docs.
This is like, I'm trying to show the Polyglot stuff and how it works.
Oh, you're showing it?
Hmm?
You're showing it?
Yeah.
God, how do I still not have?
It's breaking though. I mean, I told no one no one should use it because it doesn't work yet. It's mainly what we are doing currently to make it work. I want to show, but it should work. But this thing is like imploding, and I blame Sebastian for some reason. So the way it works is, I'll just show some details. When you run the Polyglot app host, it spins up a JSON RPC server in the background, what we call the remote app host, on a name pipe on Windows. And what happens is it discovers a bunch of like methods that can be used from any language, right? So any integration can choose to expose methods, and then we kind of dump out, here's all the stuff that comes from the actual server. So when you're in here, when you're in the TypeScript app host, and you can do something like builder.add container Redis, right? Cache. I guess this is cache, and this would be Redis latest. This will end up making an RPC call, and the reason it's funny, these are all async. This ends up calling into the integration over JSON RPC. So when you run this, it should end up invoking a method. You see all these things called like ATS, blah, 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 dispatcher. This, we end up forwarding those methods from a TypeScript process to a .NET process running in the background. And it works with full fidelity. So all the things work this way, and it makes it super nice. As for why it's not working right now, I actually have no freaking clue why it's broken. Try again. Is Sebastian in the chat admitting that he broke it, or saying that I broke it? Do you have the correct build? Is it coherent? I ran init, so it should have the right stuff. It's like, it said it's working, but it's not. I mean, this could have crashed. I could try using Copilot. Let's see if this thing. I mean, I don't even know if we made the MCP work well with this thing yet. Let's see what
Ask
happens.
AI.
Huh? We will. We'll try it. let's see what happens. Let's see why this thing is broken. So run.
Okay, I found a bug in Bingo while we were doing this. So
Just
if
one?
I start the live stream and the client hasn't joined yet, it doesn't actually poll when it joins. It just always joins in free play, which is why I haven't been getting any requests.
Classic.
I was like, nobody's been... Yeah, very Signal R. I wonder whose fault that is.
Definitely not me. Wait, this thing isn't it MCP?
Oh, Stuart, great question. Would this work with the Aspire CLI and TypeScript no .NET runtime installed?
Good question. When you in a future version of this experience, when it actually ships for Railsies, you will not have to install .NET because of reasons. We can talk about the reasons.
We talking about that?
I'm showing. It's broken right now. Apparently, the thing is like hella broken. I gotta figure out why it's broken. We actually have test coverage, so it should at least do the basic like. Ooh, look at this thing. It's thinking.
Look at that Control-O.
You know what though? It should let me see it run next to that. I love this thing. Let me zoom in. Aspire PS. It is, so the TypeScript app plus is running, and it does have a link, but it's just not, the dashboard is just not working. So I could run Aspire logs. Is this gonna work? It does. For that, I can choose the app plus to show logs from. If you're not in the same folder, it can still locate the app plus and try to show you things.
Should this be Aspire PS logs?
No idea.
What, David? What?
What?
Is his audio like really desynced for you too, Damian, or is it just amazing?
No, he's just being particularly thoughtful, I think, today about.
I was being thoughtful. I didn't just reply.
So like your audio is desynced too. Is this a me problem?
It's you. Yeah, for sure.
It's a little bit. Nah, his is a little off. Maybe mine's off. Maybe everyone's is off.
You see this?
Chat. Are we off?
It seems to be working. Like if you run the Aspire commands against the TypeScript apples, it seems to be working. The dashboard itself isn't showing up. So this is interesting. You see that? The logs? It's showing the cache logs.
Yeah.
That is weird.
Which is pretty cool.
Oh, the AV sync seems fine too. Okay, so maybe it's just a StreamYard thing then.
Oh, follow isn't working. Did it find? Did it kill the apples? Oh, it did. Killed orphan processes. Okay, there are many DCP. They're DCP orphaned. The orphan is just going crazy. Okay, hold on. Oh my gosh, it's killing Aspires. I have things working that I'm actually using, and it killed all of them.
Whoops.
Might be a port conflict, it says. Which is strange. Okay. All ports are free. Watch this. Do that instead. Please do that instead. Run detached. I added support last night. I added support for logging everything to a file.
Yes.
And it won't show any more stat traces in the output. So when you run a command and it fails, it'll dump the entire thing to a file, but the stat trace won't ever show up in the. Hopefully, should never show up in the actual output.
Nice.
And it captures like bill of failures and all the kinds of failures in there now.
Yep. Have we shown Doctor yet?
No. That's actually a really good thing to show.
Yeah, we should show Doctor.
So when everyone complains about things not working in their environments, we learned the hard way that all y'all dev machines are just different. They're different, and you do random stuff for good reasons, for bad reasons, and to make it easier for us to determine what state you're in, we have this new command called Aspire Doctor. The goal of this command is to basically tell you if you are in a decent state with respect to what you have installed or what you don't have installed, or your certificates or Docker, to make sure it's all like working well. All right. So if you have an old Docker version, like all your same machines have a Docker from like 10 years ago, like if you run this command, the goal is to tell you what is not right and what's right. So it's so funny.
This was Maddy's brainchild. She wanted this forever.
The cert thing she did. The cert thing is like, this is the main reason I wanted to do this was because of the certs. Like dev certs have so many, what's the word? Not warts, but like edge cases that you can end up hitting.
Mostly because we made a bunch of changes late in the .NET 10 cycle specifically to support Aspire scenarios. And then we kept revving the cert version. And the challenge, it turns out, is not everyone keeps their machine perfectly in sync with regards to this .NET version and that .NET version. And I have this SDK and I target this TFM and I use this version of the package.
Yep.
And the cert trusting logic is shared between different like pieces in the .NET thing. Kestrel, the dev certs command, it turns out, which we didn't know when we did all this, there's a NuGet package that's part of the Blazor WebAssembly experience that also shares this logic, which means we ship it 3 times. And if it gets out of sync, then you get disagreements on which cert is trusted, so which one gets loaded. And if one thing thinks version 5 is the one that it should use and loads it or uses it, and then another thing thinks it's version 6, then they'll disagree. It's like, well, this cert isn't trusted because I didn't realize it existed. So we're fixing it. We have a bunch of fixes out that'll go out in .NET 10 servicing to hopefully resolve the current set of issues. And then we're doing things in Aspire to, as we just said, to kind of tighten it up, give more messages, more detection, like to try and help you get out of bad situations. Like even here, we've basically realized if you have multiple versions of the certificate installed and trusted, like it says here, it's got version 4 installed, version 5 installed, and version 6, and they're all trusted. This actually would probably be fine because they're all trusted. You probably won't run into an issue. When most people run into an issue is they have multiple versions installed, but they're not all trusted. And so you launch one thing with the trusted, thinking it's trusted, and then it's not trusted. So anyway, tells you what to do to fix it. Clean and start again. Yeah. But even that's loaded because it depends what version of the SDK you currently got in context.
Yeah.
But once you've got global JSON, like all bets are off. It's like, wow.
We'll fix it. Like we will fix this properly in a way that does not affect you knowing all this stuff.
We're working on a completely new infrastructure for Aspire for this. Yeah. We're going to basically use our own dev certs infrastructure. And there will be a single root cert that's trusted. That's actually in a certificate authority on your box that's self-signed. And then that we will issue certs from that for the resources in your Aspire app. And then because the authority is trusted, the certs that are issued from that don't need to be individually trusted. And so the idea is that we do that once, and then you never have to worry about that again, in theory. Dashboard is still busted. Oh, so we're getting to see Fowler's verbiage.
Mm-hmm. It's just how he texts, except at least it's pending.
It's the same as how he chat with people.
It literally is. Like, I thought I was bad at like firing off messages, but Fowler makes me look like coherent. Damian is the one who comes in with a fully qualified thought and then hits enter. Well, at least you've chilled out on punctuation. Recent memory, so that's good. Punctuation is scary. Why is the MCP not connected?
I don't know if we made it work for. I thought we made it work for the Polyglot apples, but I gotta check to see if we made it work.
Mm. Oh, it's not finding him?
Oh, you know what?
What?
I did something on this machine.
Oh no!
to test the CLI. Yeah. I may have done something.
What did you do?
I think I turned off all the tools.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
That's not the problem.
The doctor output shows this. This is the likely cause. It's not. Kestrel will just pick the Kestrel just picks the latest version. Actually, the significant
you're interrupting with internal thoughts
all the time.
How are you seeing the thoughts? Do you turn that on?
Yeah, it's Control O.
Okay.
Or Control, yeah, O, not 0. O.
The problem is clear. The hard-coded port is.
The user is frustrated. Nah. It's hilarious.
It's frustrating.
The user is saying they didn't break it. They want me to investigate if the bug is in. The commit hash from this version is blah. Let me check that spy repo. Nice. So I wonder if I give it.
Someone in the chat is asking, why does Fowler's model show high? It's because part of the new thing in Opus 4.6 is that you get to choose effort as part of selecting the model in Copilot. And so if you go through and do it, it'll ask you when you select 4.6, do you want to do like what effort mode do you want? High is the default. Uses the most, you get the best results, takes more time thinking, etc., etc. But you can use 4.6 in a medium or faster mode. So you can do /model to change it. But yeah, Opus 4.6 high is kind of at the forefront, like Codex 5.3, whatever its equivalent is.
Although thinking too hard is no fun. It's too slow.
It's no fun.
It's no fun. Like when you put it on high sometimes. So it's funny. Codex is really good code quality wise. It's just really slow and it takes you out of flow.
When did you last use it?
Not after it got fixed.
I literally sped up by 40% 2 days ago.
I know. I saw.
Opus high is Fowler low.
I didn't try it yet. Is this like? It's too. It was always better output. Yeah, but it made it feel like.
And that's but like for route loops, it's fine, right? Because you're not looking at it anyway. For interactive sessions, that's the difference. And that's why people use different models for different things.
It felt like waterfall. It felt like, man, this is like an overthinker.
But like one refrain I've heard a lot is people will use Codex to plan because they like it being thorough and they want a really good plan, and then they give it to a different model to execute. Some people do Opus to plan and Sonnet to execute.
Which is really interesting.
Right.
That's a lot of effort.
We are spoiled because we have unlimited requests, and so I don't think about any of that. I just pick the strongest possible.
I just go.
Oh, I see what happened. There it is.
You see what happened?
Yeah.
Okay. Was it you in the end? Were you gaslighting the agent?
There's definitely a change that me and James worked on recently. The Aspire dashboard. There's a new architecture where before we had 2 MCP servers. We had we had the dashboard first, and then we added the CLI, and then we copied the dashboard tools from the CLI. All changed now. So the dashboard has an HTTP API that's exposed. That is to expose traces, logs, and metrics. And then
is that randomized by default, or do we update the templates with like launch profile with the URL that's passed in and all that sort of stuff? Like, how did we end up doing that?
Which thing?
So there's a new HTTP server being exposed by the dashboard.
It's the same endpoint as the.
It's just a new endpoint.
A new endpoint, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yep. It's the same dashboard endpoint, different just a route on it.
Yep, got it.
And we don't expose APIs for getting traces, logs, and metrics, and we replat the CLI on top of this. So the CLI is the MTP, and the CLI gets data from the dashboard and from the app host. So there's no more like proxying MTPs, and there's one MTP after this entire end-to-end.
So the the old MCP we had that's just in the dashboard is just still there, and that's just doing its own thing. It's not at all involved in the Aspire MCP CLI MCP anymore. Good. Right. We just shortcut it and just get the data.
Yeah. The code is all shared though.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So it's going crazy here.
What are you actually cooking on right now? What are you trying to make this into?
This is it looking to figure out why the dashboard won't show up for the Polyglot app host.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, it's to talk about what we did. I'll show one thing we've been doing also with look at this nonsense talking about certs.
It's because a doctor is putting it out. Maybe we should change doctor. If you have multiple versions but they're all trusted, that's fine. Like you shouldn't have a problem.
So I'll show. What's the best way to show a markup? What is going on here?
I'm going to start a
session.
My
God! See what it did?
No.
Oh,
it's trying to.
It's trying to delete it. Yeah.
All right, whatever. Sure.
I'm gonna start a session to fix that in Doctor right now.
Oh my gosh! They did the whole research thing. Perfect. So one thing I've been doing is writing specs, but not by hand because like who would do that? Who would do that?
No more specs.
A lot of time wasted. If you are interested in geeking out on how some of this stuff works, there's Polyglot app posts.
This is one of my favorite things that you've created in a long time. This spec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So under docs specs, we now have like the design for a lot of these things.
Yeah.
So the Polyglot app post, it explains how it works, explains why we're doing it, explains how we're going to keep the integrations that we built and that you're building in .NET to work for other languages.
This is following your philosophy of post spec, right?
Definitely, it's definitely after. The spec is not used to feed the implementation.
It's a design doc in the sense that we document what we built.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Not a design doc that you give to someone to then go and build the implementation. Like
exactly. And it needs to be bidirectional. So like as the spec changes, the code changes and vice versa. So like you get this like update whenever we change something in the actual code. The spec also changes. I mean, this thing changed. I think I rewrote this about 15 different times, like literally different implementation, different approaches. The first version was a generic .NET, like a security nightmare, right? It's like you can execute any .NET thing on a remote server. So yeah, it talks about the design, how the CLI is gonna like expose things. Yeah, so you can read this, see how the whole thing works. And we think it's pretty airtight. We had some of our like language and runtime people review the approach, and we kind of spoke about trade-offs and all the things, and it is pretty good. Sebastian is going through.
This is expensive.
Sebastian's going through trying to expose all of our. I mean, the key thing is this: when you write an integration today, you write an extension method on the integration with that same a format, like resource builder for the type and a bunch of arguments. You don't have to add this Aspire export to it. Then it becomes visible to every integration. So the reason we have to do this is because a lot of things don't just work when you go across language. One of the first things we caught was overloads just don't work. Big problem, but a lot of things do work. So like we make callbacks work. We make a lot of things that are difficult to work in this situation. There's also an analyzer. When you do put it on methods, it should give you an error or warning if it isn't kosher. If you have a thing that doesn't match, like I don't know, a custom type that isn't marked for being marshaled. If you've ever done interop, it is very similar to doing that. But
somebody, everyone in the chat just said this is like bindings in Maui.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
This is an example of like
trauma.
This is better. This is an example.
That's mess. Oh my god.
What we do today, we don't actually ship an SDK for TypeScript. What we do at the moment is we just code gen the entire thing.
Yeah, which is probably not going to last a long time, right?
No, there are downsides and upsides to doing it that way. So right now we don't have to worry about versioning or shipping packages. We just we emit on the fly when you do init or when you add an integration. We emit a TypeScript module that has all these things in this Aspire.js module. So you can see here, this is an example just showing the things that work, like Redis Commander. These all come from C#. This is an example of making something native in the language that isn't code gen. So when you want to declare a reference expression in TypeScript, we're using the feature called tag templates in TypeScript, and it models the same like approach, but it's using TypeScript native like features. So we're not calling a method in like.
So this is what allows you to kind of do custom literal interpreters in TypeScript.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is
you find ref express somewhere.
Yep.
It's custom, and then this is a symbol.
That
the compiler do it. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. So that comes out, and then when this gets passed to the C# side, it understands how to turn this into the actual expression to do the right thing. So those are some of the things we want to get working with this whole approach. And it's kind of nuts that it works. That is working end to end. Yeah, so once we have one thing working, then it's pretty easy to copy and paste it into other. So Sebastian went crazy and added it for like. I think I showed everyone here. I showed dog food. Let me just. I haven't. Seb, this probably doesn't work. I'll do it anyway. Poly app host. If I do Aspire in it, y'all haven't seen this yet, right? Oh, hold on.
Y'all, I have.
No.
Oh wait, how do you get the nice package icons in your CLI?
You don't have
that? That's a PowerShell module.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Unfortunately, it's out of date. So there's I hit an issue with it recently where one of the icons for VS or something is out of date, and I went to go and do a PR, and the repo hasn't been updated in like 4 years. So it was like, oh no, this might be a dead repo, but it's good. It's a good module. I'll look it up. I'll look up the name for you.
What should I show? I mean, I haven't even used this stuff yet. I'm sure we even have it going, so I might have it installed. Like there's Java, Python.
Seb is yelling at you in the chat, by the way.
What? What's Seb yelling at?
Have a look.
Aspire anew -L Rust. It works. Not Aspire init. Init bullshit.
Aspire new. That works.
Why is it not init?
I mean, both work.
I mean, this creates a whole new project, and init just adds the app host, right? Like that's the differentiation. Ew, Rust.
Yeah. Well, I don't have it installed, so there you go.
Well, why would you do Rust then? Go, Tim.
Do I have Go?
Do I have Go?
Shit.
Oh, Jesus.
We're gonna keep trying. This time, place your bets.
Maddy, the PowerShell module. The PowerShell module is literally called terminal-icons.
Okay.
And I use it along with PS colors to get, which is what Fowler has as well, because I set up his terminal. So
the poly market's hot. So
it works. So Python's working. Let's see if we can make this do something useful. Okay, so I'm gonna add.
Oh, show and tell a sense. Yeah.
I'm trying to. Why is detach not working here? Do we need to, I gotta make sure these commands work with the new app host. Did this thing fix the bug? Look at that! Look at that!
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, you hit the Hyper-V excluded range. Look at that! It figured it out.
Huh.
So that range is different on everyone's machines. That's why it's super hard, and you get hit by it just randomly. We should look at that session log, dude, and figure out how it determined that, and then maybe we can build that in to the Windows somewhere. Build it into our Aspire workflow somewhere so that... what would it do? But a doctor doesn't work on a specific project, does it?
That's what's better, right? It can just run this command.
What do you mean?
It can run NetSH interface. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, but sorry, I'm trying to understand how doctor, what's it going to do?
If you're in the excluded port range, then change the ports.
Or so, tell you Aspire Doctor, I thought Aspire Doctor didn't look at the current project right now.
It doesn't. It still looks at the app settings though.
Okay.
Because you don't have to be running to do this part.
You're saying we should make Aspire Doctor not only do global machine. You're saying let's look at a specific
It should do all things, right? So like,
you should think about how to do that though.
The first pass is machine, second pass is
Yeah,
actual, third pass is
agree.
running.
We should think about whether it should just be implicit though. If you just run doctor and you don't point it at something, maybe it should just detect you're in the context of one and go, oh, you've got a settings file. Let me just check that as well.
We'll see what it does.
Yeah.
This is hung.
Okay.
This is a good bug. Is this working now?
No. Nice. Look at that.
Super not useful.
Oh, that's not enough detail. Where's the rest of the?
I'm gonna have to
exit code 2.
Follow bug on myself.
Yeah.
This is Maddy's problem because she said -v is taken.
Yes.
Look at this spew. I should just not have this show up. See, but
at least the link wraps, which doesn't always work, so that's good.
This is nice. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have to do it old school because that thing is not working.
I like just your gasps.
Did you? Okay, I gotta check some stuff. This is fine. So what did you do, Seb? What is UV install P? What is this nonsense? Okay. Builder dot. Does Python even have IntelliSense? That's the question. Select the.
You have to select. Yeah, you have to select your VM.
Do we have
a VM interpreter? No, there's interpreter.
Interpreter is the VM.
From Aspire, import, create builder. Gross.
We should default to UV. We do for the actual app itself.
Yeah. I don't know. A lot of like hardcore Python people are not UV people yet, though.
They should be.
They should be, but they're not.
We default to it. We default. Yes.
Oh, I just did Shift Tab and I got the autopilot mode for the first time. Because I'm staff, I get experimental turned on by default in Copilot CLI. And I hit Shift Tab to go out of plan mode back to like, yes, do it. And it went green. I was like, wait, green?
Cool.
So I might just do autopilot. Isn't that just more like a more aggressive keep going?
Yes.
How does it know? Going back to our earlier discussion,
it's not goal based though.
Yeah, like how does it know? Like how does it adjust the stop marker? Like I'm trying to understand.
My guess is that they added some encouragement prompts.
Some generic rah rah rah.
Yeah.
Please
every now and then it just pops in. Are you sure?
YOLO mode, like it's different. That you would use that in conjunction with YOLO mode.
I'm in YOLO mode. Like what else would I do? Of course I'm in YOLO mode, but it's now it's you've got autopilot, regular, and plan. And I was in plan. I went to shift back, and now it's cycled me into autopilot. I'm like, ooh, okay, maybe I need to try it out.
Oh, we gotta fix this. This is not right. Because Python's broken. I gotta.
Oh, Fowler.
Sebastian, I'll call you afterwards. Today I have to do it. Actually, I have to do an interview, and I don't have any time for this.
Oh my god, you do. Why is Python broken?
You see,
when I run Python is the old one. What does that mean? The old.
I run Aspire PS. This thing.
Yeah.
It's showing the wrong path.
Yeah.
Where Aspire TypeScript, it should show.
You didn't do detach, but
detach. Yeah, I gotta.
Hey.
This just broke or something. Detach. Yeah, this seems to be broken. Okay, just Python's broken. Thank God. So when PS, now you see how it says this path?
Yep.
The TypeScript app passes state to the creation process to say like I am the app host. I think the Python was either out of date or just perfect. So it was that stupid port range bug. This is actually working.
Wow.
So ports being difficult is a bingo square.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh snap!
Does that get you bingo, or are you still one off?
I am literally 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 squares that would give me bingo right now. 4.
4 squares.
4 square and 7 years ago.
So when you use the Polyglot app host or any other language than .NET, we store a bunch of stuff. This is your project file, so it has your app host TX. This is normal. This is in all the other ones too. But then it has this language thing, and it has a channel, and it has SDK version, and it'll have more things. So, like, for example, if I add, this might not work because it's running, but we'll see what happens. May have to close this thing. Yeah, it might be complaining because it's locked. It's done. See, Damian? Look. It wrote the feature. Port availability check.
Oh, dang.
Defines launch settings or app run settings.
Nice.
Checks ports against blah. Does it work on all operating systems?
Well, why would it have to? Hypervision only.
Stop this, then we'll add Redis daily. When you add the integration, it adds it here to your .aspire settings file, and then when you run, something kind of crazy happens. This file, the Aspire TS file, do not edit. It should have I should have a new integration right here. There's Redis. So same experience as .NET, where you add an integration and you can use it. And if you care about what we do, we code spit a lot of stuff to make it work, right? And then what ends up happening is, if I restart this, whatever, there should now be a dashboard with a Redis container running. Look at that. All
nice.
Boom! All through the TypeScript system.
With types.
That's smooth.
That's really smooth. This is gonna be huge. We're gonna have to go back and like do Excalibur or something again with the TypeScript app host.
Yeah, and then we have this crazy thing that I don't even know if I want to show this, but we're building a tool chain to allow you to go from your .NET project with integrations to an SDK in a different language. So we're using this ourselves to track API changes for the Aspire integrations. The idea is that you can dump out or generate an SDK in a different language from your class library. So, for example, if you were the one if you were in the toolkit or you were writing your own integration and you wanted to like track changes over time to your public APIs, this is the equivalent for doing it from Aspire. Still preview command, but that's the idea, at least.
Why can't the Polygon app host?
What can't the Polygon? I think, yeah, what can't the Polyglot app host? What can't
Polygon app host?
What can't it do?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. So, like, you should think about this as...
I like Polygon app host, though.
I'm going to call it that from now on.
There being two type systems. If you've ever used Azure Functions, like early, it was just .NET. It was all in process, so you could mutate anything in the process, and it was just the same objects. This creates a clear separation between like the core app host, what we currently have, and something else. So you have to explicitly export things to be consumed. So from that point of view, it's like you can think of the app host as an internal detail, and anything you're exporting as a thing you want to support mutation wise. If you're thinking about annotations and trying to like do a link query to delete and add those things, you can't do that super trivially, but you can expose methods that do that stuff. So in theory, anything you expose, you can express. But for the most part, if you're looking at like this object and you're trying to like look at the annotations on it and do things, that doesn't work super well. But since it is RPC, you can actually I won't tell you how insane this is, but like let me see it if I can. Let's see if this actually will work right now. Environment callback, right click. So today you can do this in C#. I think this could be like context. What is this? Context. Async context. Yeah. Okay. So in C# you can get a add environment variables in a callback, and you want to be able to do something like this, right? This, in theory, I'll try it now. Foo password. This in theory works, right? Like this pattern. But the way it has to work is that if you want full fidelity, is that it has to, in this callback, call the C# and then set the environment variables on a dictionary. This environment variable object is a dictionary on the server side or on the backend side. So to make this work, stop. I can just run detach. Stopping previous instance. So in theory, I should have an environment variable on here called foo with the value of my string. So this works because it is literally, and this is, go crazy. This is literally like remoting all those calls. So when you call set on the dictionary, it is doing an RPC call, calling set on a dictionary in C#. This is fine because we aren't deployed to a server. This is all running locally. Like RPC is between two things on your machine. So as slow as, like, who cares? But it makes sure that we can actually expose APIs with full fidelity. So you don't, in theory, if you were going to start over, you would have a C# version of the same model, and then we would expose specific APIs to do things on the app host side. So you can think of it like designing an API. When you build an integration, you are making a public API to be consumed by every language. And now there's a bit more thought around how you expose things. Before it was just all C# and overloads and generics, and now it's like this new, a subset of that. Is there a tweak? Do you require help checks? Yeah, we haven't decided how much to expose. I don't want to expose. So for example, like the builder is missing some stuff, right? Like there's properties here, like eventing is here, and what else? Execution context, app host directory. We can expose whatever we want. Like we have the model. The model allows for exposing all kinds of stuff. So I think it's we haven't decided yet how much stuff to expose from .NET into every language, but I don't know if we want to expose iService collection or our configuration as it is. There may be wrapper types that make it like more clean.
What about custom resource commands? Johan asked on Twitch, which I'm realizing you don't have open.
Twitch, custom resource commands, like adding commands.
Yeah.
You can add commands.
Yeah. Right? Like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so all
it's just an API call.
Yeah, you could think of, if you want a mental model, this is like building a REST API, right? So you're building a REST API that is going to be called by other languages. So we can expose, like commands and configuring endpoints and configuring things. What's trickier is things like when you want to mutate objects or when you want to like tweak properties on objects. We can do it because we can model arbitrary types. Like there's a way to model like this type, right? This is an example of the environment variable callback that we pass around, and you can access properties like cancellation token, and we support, like we support converting certain types into the native TypeScript objects. So when you want to cancel something, you can create an abort signal, etc., and do those kinds of operations.
Damn.
I think I have a meeting late right now. Hold on, let me check. Have we gone over?
Yeah, we've gone over.
Oh, no.
I don't know where Damian went.
To the bathroom. Yep, David has to interview someone. Okay.
Go.
All right. See everyone.
Right. Have fun. We'll do something next week. Maybe we'll do AI. But Damian's texting me. Oh, okay. All right. Wow. And then there was one. All right, everybody. This was fun. Thanks for joining in on our little last minute chaos. See you next week. If you have suggestions on what we should show, please let me know in the Discord, aka MS Aspire Discord. And bingo should be fixed again next week because I'm a great engineer. But hope this was fun. Let us know if you want us to show more of the AI stuff we do too. I think if that's valuable, like we're happy to talk about it. So, all right, everybody. See you later. Bye.